So, welcome to Legends on Paper. As we get moving into session number 32. Last session, we're abandoning the Queen of Tartessos during a terrible storm at night. The party awoke on a sandy beach, nuzzled by a giant boar. Sadly, Captain Josini's crew and the juvenile centaur, under the care of Kirke, were nowhere to be seen. There was, however, a woman named Kirke, who referred to the giant boar as her children and offered her home for rest and warm food so they could regain their strength. The next few hours was a roller coaster of emotions, as after a beautiful, bountiful banquet, Kirke took Hildy on a dream walk while the others slept. But in their dreams, the party bore witness to everything. And the dreams themselves offered answers to many questions, just as they raised many more. But when they awoke, Josini, Hal, and Kirke had been transformed into boar. In the end, however, Kirke decided the party's quest was far too important and didn't kill and presumably eat them. In fact, she agreed to help them along their way to leave the island via a teleportation circle that would take them to her warehouse in Port Francik. She also assured them that those who were boar, per her agreement with Hildy, would retransform back to their original form within a minute. So we're not quite exactly, the party's not exactly sure how much time, because there was a few antics prior to going through the teleportation circle, how much time is left before they may transform back into their original forms. But as they step through the portal on the other side, unfortunately, there was a guardian lying in wait on the other side. And that's what we pick up tonight. So,
I made sure we waited 54 seconds.
54.
Well, we did save Kevin.
Yeah, that conversation about Kevin took about a minute.
Yeah,
That's
that
true.
really did do a lot of fucking around.
Yeah, there was certainly a little bit of fuckery going on, as you call it.
I prefer the term chicanery.
She came that too. And as we move into the warehouse, you see that basically the warehouse itself it's a wooden structure. The floor is dirt, looks like pressed dirt or pounded dirt. There are lots of containers such as crates and barrels around. It's not a huge warehouse, about 50 by 60 feet. And there appears to be a singular exit on the other side of the warehouse, which is a pair of oaken double doors. It's dark in here, so I'm kind of giving that to you, considering that there is no light. It is at night, and you'll have to depend on dark vision if you have it. Otherwise, you're basically dealing with blind fighting. Also, Hildy and Kiva are still under 3 levels of exhaustion, and so we'll see how this goes as this looming figure is creeping closer. And I just go ahead and roll initiative.
I was afraid of that.
I was really hoping that was just
Exactly.
there. And it was going to be like a misunderstanding. And he was cool.
You'd all be friends.
He's like, welcome.
I'm gonna have another instance of being killed before the round even starts, aren't I?
We probably all are.
Nah, I'm living.
Okay, so Hildy,
Okay, it is dark in here, so...
what's your initiative roll?
Oh. That would be 8.
8. Okay.
Starting strong here.
And then we have Justini as a boar.
12.
Okay. Hell.
17.
Eva.
I got a real sexy 5 for you.
Wow. And Dakir.
11.
11. Okay, so the turn order. As Kirke very casually mentioned, the creature that you're confronting is an earthen type creature, and you can see you can smell. It's a very very strong scent of earth within this warehouse. Earth and oak, basically, must and dust as well. But that's going to put this creature at the top of the turn order, and then will come Howl, Dakir, Howl, Justini, and then Dakir, Hildy, and Kiva.
That's good.
It's not good when the tank is last.
Okay, so I put you on the board in order that you came into through the portal. So you should be kind of set up properly there. So if there's anything that I missed, say now or forever hold your pieces.
What am I?
You're the board that does not have
the circle?
the circle. Hal is one with the blue, and Dakir is the board with the red.
Just clarity. Who had Kevin?
Yeah, where is...
You're
have-
currently carrying Kevin right now.
You're one of only 2 people with arms.
So, I mean, as you enter, as a matter of fact, Kevin has been fairly silent so far, terrified apparently of Kirke, as I mentioned how, in the beginning, immediately speaks up when you come through the portal. Oh, put me down, put me down. Oh, wait, as he kind of realizes what's happening around. Don't put me down, don't leave me here. And we're gonna go into the journal.
Don't worry, if worse comes to worse, I'll cast Yeet.
Yeah. Let Kevin do some work.
How much does
15
Kevin
pounds.
weigh?
15 pounds?
5
5.
only, yeah.
Oh,
I could definitely cast Yeet.
at disadvantage.
I can actually use 5 pounds.
You have catapult.
Yeah.
All right, so as this thing is coming closer,
Permission. Owl does.
Definition of eat.
Thus thinks that's an amazing choice.
Meal sees this earth elemental and is thinking, one day.
Can we see him or can we?
you can kind of see its form as it gets closer. As long as you're within 5 feet of him, even though it's very dark in here, you don't have to attack at disadvantage, except with unless you're under condition of exhaustion that requires it.
That
So
only applies.
so he moves closer and kind of looms over you, and it seems as if he's kind of inspecting all of you, but he doesn't attack at this point. As he's looking you all over closely, his eyes, you can see these orbs that are they look like glossy charcoal. The rest of his form seems to be made up of just basically earth. As it looms closer, and it stops, just staring, its eyes lingering mostly on the boar before moving to each one of you. So we're going to move on to Hal in boar form. What are you going to do?
Since I do not have dark vision, what can I see in the room at the moment? How far out can I see?
It's a wooden structure. There are maybe a little bit of light coming through some of the cracks and so forth. So I'll give you 15 feet max. Anybody that didn't have dark vision?
Maybe a silhouette of the thing.
No, yeah, you definitely, yes,
Okay,
absolutely,
yeah.
because there's a much darker silhouette against the rest of the
So
room.
Howl's gonna go, which is, oh my god, we need to get the fuck out of here. Forgetting that nobody can understand him, and
I can.
he's gonna go full movement into, he's gonna charge straight line into that corner, and Yeah, and that's it for right now.
All right, so he's going to take cover there by the wagon. All right. Jaseni also has a boar.
And I can probably at least see the wall from here because there's some light coming from the cracks.
Yeah, the wall's within 15 feet of you.
All right, so she will also say,
What does that mean?
that means I am also getting out of here until I'm not a boar anymore, hopefully. And then I'm just gonna, like a little rat, I'm just gonna scurry by full movement across the wall, and once I hit those little crates, I'll go around that, and then I'll just keep going until I'm along the edge, along the perimeter. I don't know what's out there, so
20,
sticking close to the
30.
wall.
40.
That's good.
You gonna dash?
Nope, just 40. And that's it.
Okay.
No, chill
Yeah,
out.
once you get up close to the wall, even from a distance, you can see some of the light coming through the cracks in the wall, or the seams in the wall. So you know where the walls are. Just everything else in the room is very dark, and you just vague silhouettes until you get within 15 feet. That's it for Jaseni then?
Yep, I'm gonna happily be behind these crates.
Okay. All three boar rolled higher than non-boar. Take care. You
Less
are
tired.
Yeah.
next.
Wait, what was that? I don't speak for it.
Now this thing is watching. It's not making any noise. It's not growling or anything like that. But it's watching the boar just kind of scurry past, not taking strikes or swings at him.
20, 25, 30, 35. I'll also hide behind these crates. And my...
And I'm gonna say, that's my space.
We have to stick together.
Remember, you guys can't understand each other.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You hear this conversation happening.
Yeah.
And then Hildy, you're up.
Okay. Hildy is going to. Hildy can't see, so she's going to bonus action full luminescence.
Okay. All right.
And I'm going to draw my gilded rod and point it at the portal and close it forever.
Okay. So right now you're gonna
Right now,
turn
yeah.
around and use an action to
Yep,
bam.
that's my action.
So focusing internally, I mean, you know what the rod does. You've never used it before. You feel a surge of energy pour through you and into the rod, and nobody sees anything, but you feel it. And then you watch as the portal begins to close, which it would normally, but instead of just winking out, it seems to basically disintegrate the circle itself. All the symbols that would normally be there unlit, just waiting to be used, just kind of disintegrate, and then almost like ash, just kind of drift off in the air.
And my last thing, I'm going to turn to the elemental turf thing, whatever. And I'm going to speak to it in Tuatha Day and hope it understands me and say, we mean you no harm, we're just passing through.
Okay.
I don't know
all right.
if it speaks what I do, but there you
Okay,
go.
let's see.
Done.
You just assume any big thing we come across is a clock a day monstrosity.
Well,
I mean, it's fair to have.
You've been right most of the time.
And that brings up Kiva.
Fuck this. And I'll just step forward a little bit and, just, I'm not gonna rage, but I'll just, whoop, and just stare down this elemental.
It's gonna be like,
But you just moved up a little bit.
I moved up just a little bit,
Yeah,
because that
just
way
to get
I'm
in.
right next to Hildy.
Okay.
does switching over to a bear remove her exhaustion?
Yeah, rabbit.
It might.
Rabbit.
It might.
You can't play it. You might.
Never did
It
it.
takes away her rage, so...
You've never done it. You don't know.
You feel tired.
I don't know. Rabbit, if I try to attack, will I roll with disadvantage?
In your current, you would.
There, you see? No,
But-
it does not. Thank you.
But in your other form, you don't know. You don't know yet. It's going to be a surprise for all of us.
ooh, I love surprises.
I don't.
All right, so that's it. We're back at the top of the turn where as the boars scurry off into the darkness and the two of you are standing basically just right in his face. These glossy orbs have kind of been focused at this point on the portal disrupted and disappearing. And although it doesn't really show emotion, you hear this kind of internal and it strikes.
Uh-oh.
One great slamming maw against Hildy, the other one against Kiva.
Cool.
Yeah, this
I'll resolve how I attack with Sentinel later.
Why would you attack?
Because it attacked you.
Well, there's that.
Wow, it rolled terrible on Hildy, 11.
11
On
minutes.
the slam attack. Misses. It's
I matrix.
massive fist hits the ground next to you as you just kind of like
Your skin
just know
Damn it, I was about to say that. Your skin like dissipates to one side and the rest of your skeleton just kind of follows.
The Mr. Fantastic level.
like an amorphous
Yeah.
there's a lot of rippling of the wrinkly skin going on.
horrifying to witness.
The last thing to reform is the boobs. They're just dragging.
Oh,
No, those are the only things that's today.
thank God it's dark. And then the attack on Kiva. A little bit better strike as it slams forward with a 23.
Barely hits.
Barely hits. Yeah.
Barely.
So that strike doing 9 points of bludgeoning damage as it hits you. And
Okay. Cool. So since it attacked my companion who is within 5 feet, I'm going to attack with my claw.
okay,
Am I rolling this with disadvantage?
you're still in your human form, yes.
No, I
No,
said
she changed to a
did you?
bear.
Yeah.
I've
She
been
didn't,
there.
she just
Oh,
didn't
okay.
rage.
Okay, you're behind the creature. I didn't see. All right, so as a bear, no.
Cool.
So yes, as soon as you transformed, you realized you did not have the effects of exhaustion on you.
I'm cool with this. So, reckless attack, obviously with advantage because
That's what bears do.
that's what bears do. I'm still kind of an angry bear. Oh, that was the 17 until you moved
I
your
saw that I moved. I was trying to get out of your way.
Thank you. There we go. 17 plus 7. The 20.
Yes, you did.
Yeah, that's okay. Cool. That'll be
I like the custom stat block.
6. Yeah, I figured it was better than the monstrosity of pencil all over a brown bear stat block. Oh, that's some shit rolls there, but that's still going to be 6.
6 points?
Yeah, 6 points of
Okay.
bear damage.
Okay, all right.
I mean,
Yeah, it's just one attack, Sentinel. Okay, it's striking through it. I mean, you can feel like you're moving through hardened rock, mud, dirt, kind of a combination of all. Kind of slows your progress through it as you scrape the outer surface. You don't. I mean, you're like peeling parts of it off as you do so. You're not seeing blood or any kind of an issue coming forth.
but it's still stuck in place, just in case it feels like moving.
Until the end of your turn, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So, anything else from? Well, it's just we're at
That's my
the top of
reaction.
the round, and it brings it to Howl, cowering.
Oh man.
You can see that.
Here, well, oh yeah, I can see now.
Yeah, it's pretty bright in here at this point.
Oh, that's a big boy right there. And then I see it smack the bear.
And you see the bear snack back.
I'm going to 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 40. I'm going to position myself there. Facing.
You're such a brave boar.
Yep. And that's my turn. Yeah, exactly. That's going through his head.
As you transformed, I'm going to assume you dropped Kevin.
He merges into my form.
Kevin?
He's a possession.
But he's sentient. I don't know that I don't. You get another living.
I'll
sentient-
pick him up.
Is he an object or is he?
Anything that you, well, no, because isn't it stuff that you're carrying
Yeah.
drops, but anything you're only attuned stuff?
I think it
will
says
merge
all your possessions merge into your
possessions?
form, but if you have like a sentient sword on your back, I mean,
It would.
I think it would merge.
That's true.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with that.
Fuck yeah.
Except with one caveat, you're gonna have because he's sentient, and you don't. He's. I'm not gonna tell you what kind of creature he is.
Yeah, that's fair.
As he merges with you, it's almost like a brindlefly effect. That out of your back, you see like the top portion of the chest. It's still like all bare, but you can kind of see its form and shape, and there's two blinking eyes that just seem astonished.
Dude, that is so Warhammer.
He doesn't know if this is.
It's a bear chest.
He doesn't know if this is like the scariest moment of his life or the most like awesome.
Kind of a mumble.
No, we need some AI generated art of that.
Yes, well, good luck.
That'll break mid-journey.
Yeah, really.
He's gonna have a lot to say about that.
That'll make everything.
I'm here to my. Well, you know, he's trying to break his way out of Bear Hammer space.
No, good thing he didn't have arms and legs. Just so you're up.
So now we know if we find sentient swords, it becomes your arm.
Well, not necessarily, just this particular creature.
You set a precedent.
I mean, she becomes a bionicle then. Different attachments.
Different than a sentient sword.
Jaseni is gonna peek around and see what's going on, and then go back behind the thing and say, "Fuck no,
Okay.
not yet."
All right, Dekir.
I can't understand what you're saying.
But I'm gonna see what's going on over there and run around in a panic. So I'll roll a dice to see which direction I go since I can't see anything.
No, it's bright in here because Hildy has illuminated.
right.
Yeah, she's.
I see the door. Exit! And I'm gonna charge the door.
Okay. Make an attack, a charge attack. Yes.
I rolled a 5 on the dice. And I had 3, so 9.
Okay, so when you get to the door and you charge into it, it's gonna boom, and it kind of charge a bit. You hear the clink of chain, and as you kind of look up, not doing any damage to this massive set of double doors that are apparently quite thick and heavy, there's this huge chain that has been with a lock on the inside that's keeping it shut. Secure.
I'm gonna run back here for another charge attack and then.
I think the party should be boars forever. So Hildy, you are up.
Okay. Wow, this thing attacked us, so it's not nice. Okay, Hildy is going to pull out one of her vials of horned demon blood.
Oh.
And he's gonna cast a sorceress spell. He's gonna catapult it right at the creature. So it needs to make a dex save.
I would like for you to remember
So you're within
right in front of it.
5 feet of it.
Yep.
And okay, all right.
Do we have to make saves too?
It's just one object that you're catapulting, correct? Just
Correct.
Okay. And normally that close, if it were to hit, you'd have to roll a disadvantage, but it's a dex save. So this thing is huge. Certainly not the most dexterous. It doesn't move very fast. Does a 16.
A 16 does, in fact, save.
So I guess it'd be more like a glancing blow, as its body is just far too naturally armored for it to do any damage.
Maybe glancing blow or miss?
Pings off. It
Okay.
just doesn't do any damage. Anything else from Hildy?
Yeah, I'm gonna try moving straight back into the space previously occupied by boar. I know it's gotta swing at me, but I still want to not get hit by it, if possible.
Okay, roll shitty again, but a 15.
Misses.
Okay, so it does take a swipe and misses, and this is gonna bring up Kiva.
Well, we all know what I'm gonna do here, so bonus action rage. Then I'm going to multi-attack, once with my claws, once with my bite. So,
Okay.
still reckless attacking,
Why is your bear holding the dice? Oh, is that Kevin?
because the D10 was in there the whole time, but yes,
Oh.
it's Kevin.
Okay.
And whatever the Cronenberg on the back of my head, I don't know what Kevin's mumbling, and I don't really care. Okay, that's dirty 20.
Okay, that hits.
Cool.
Yeah, he's complaining a lot. This is the gist.
Yeah. That's better. That will be 14 swipe with the claws.
Okay. Good hit. Did you remove more chunks of this creature as you hit it?
Then going with. Also, I'm just gonna. Between that, I'm just gonna rotate so that way I'm directly between Hildy and the thing. Then I'm gonna fight it. Oh, that's snake. Double fours. That'll be a 11 to hit.
11, no, you're not able to penetrate its armor. It's natural armor.
That makes sense. It tastes like dirt.
Yes.
I take a bite and then I immediately spit it out.
Okay, is that it for Kiva?
Yeah, but I just get angrier. Yeah.
Okay. All right, this is going to bring us to the top of the third round, and the creature is a little bit more focused on you. As the old one is just kind of, the old elastic one is just like throwing vials at it. And yeah, beer bottles or whatever. And you're actually doing some damage against it. So he's going to make both attacks against you.
Good.
And the first strike is 30-20.
It's
I'm going to use my reaction. Go, hey, don't hit her. And silvery barbs.
Silver barbs, okay. Which is a reroll.
Huh? Reroll and use the lower.
Okay. Right, so that turns it into a 16.
still hits.
Okay, so we'll get to that in a
My
moment.
AC's kind of shit.
And the other one was a 15, I believe.
Both of them hit.
Okay.
Well, if you survive, you have advantage on your next thing, which would cancel. Oh, you don't have disadvantage, so.
Not right now. So, do you want to keep that advantage?
As long as she's a bear.
16 on the first strike as he slams into you. And
16 bludgeoning damage?
yes.
Cool, so 8.
And then the second strike, second slam attack from the creature does 20. So 16 and 20 bludgeoning damage.
36.
I think you're at 7.
Yeah.
And its whole eyes are just focused on you at this point, and just pretty much disregarding everyone else around it, just completely focused on you. One of the eyes is kind of wandering a little bit, but for the most part on you, except for a moment, and then it's back on you. I think it's Kevin's fault, because it's like really distracting, this crazy, weird, blinking creature mumbling on your back. It seems a part of you. And that's going to bring up Howl.
That'll be stupid. Howl is in boar form, going to back up just a little bit, another 5 feet, and he's gonna and he's gonna charge straight in and make a tusk attack.
Okay.
Flanking?
It's gotta be.
Well, let's see. Let's see if it's flanking.
You can draw a straight line through it.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, which is plus
+2.
+2. Yeah, +2 to hit.
All right. Big whammy. No whammies.
No whammies.
No whammies. Big whammy. 15 to hit.
No, unfortunately, just tunk into the back of this thing.
All right, so that's 25 feet of movement.
We didn't need a translation on that one.
You know what?
Unfortunately, you're not right next to me, so I can't sense
I don't care.
run away.
Howl's not even thinking. He's
Yeah, I know.
he's doing the thing where he's gonna bang his head against the wall, and he's not thinking. 5, 10, 15.
He has
Which, if I mean I just dinked off of him, he might not even care or notice.
Did it use its reaction to attack Hildy?
No. Wrong. Last turn.
Oh, wow.
that was last turn. Yeah, it's gonna kind of like swipe behind it.
Okay.
Ooh. It wasn't a 20, but it was a 26, but not a nat 20.
It is.
And so the damage is
I guess you rolled real low the first time.
14.
Unconscious.
Unconscious.
He gets yeeted across the room, basically. Yep, unconscious.
Yeah, I would be okay with that if you want to move.
He gets to where he was going.
Yeah, just
But just with help.
just kind of rolls and limp.
Justini's down.
Can't even tell us apart. Come on.
We're boars.
We're boars that can't understand.
Unless your boar has a little captain's hat on.
You know how to tell the difference in a boy and a girl.
I'm not gonna take the time to investigate that.
So we're not all girls.
your brain in a boar's body. I didn't specify.
Maybe we're
You
hermaphroditic.
did get shapeshifted.
We transition from species to species.
Okay.
All right, Hal just went down. Jacinta, you're up.
Yeah, no, I'm good right where I am. I've seen I'm waiting out my minute.
Okay. All right, so Dakir, you just saw a boar. You flung across the room.
Just he's unconscious. Yeah, let's try hitting this door again.
Again? Okay. All right.
Rolled a 10 that time. I had 13.
No, just shakes again. You hear the jingling. The chain.
If only you could lockpick it.
Ow, help me. Okay, help me.
Okay. Creature needs to make a wisdom saving throw at 15.
Wisdom. Okay, what are you doing to it? You rolled
Mental
an 18.
ability. Never mind then. What I'm
Yeah, that was a natural 18 there. What else you doing, Hildy?
going that way. Would you say 15? Because our movement's in half?
Yeah.
Yeah, you move us half. Okay, and are you within 10 feet of him? Well, he already made his reaction. Sadly, against Howl. Kiva.
Thank you for help. Works so nice, I'll do it twice. Get it, Kiva!
Make that attack.
Thank God for advantage!
Yeah.
That'll be 19 with the claw.
19, it hits.
Glad to hear it. I did. And that's 16 points
16
of,
points? Okay.
of slashing damage.
Okay.
Then I'm going to do a bite attack, and since I had advantage from Hildy, I'm not doing this reckless this time, so it'll just be a straight roll. And that'll be 16.
16, no. So you're able to connect with the bite, you said?
Yeah.
But not so much with the claw. So you did a little bit
Other
there.
way around. But
Okay.
yeah. And I'm going to use my bonus action to expend a second level spell slot to heal for 2d8 points of HP. And that'll be 11 points of healing.
Okay, so you're up 11 more. Is that it for Kiva?
No, and Kiva's going to once again rotate.
Oh, protectively.
Yeah, that's my thing.
All right. So we're entering the fourth round. So you guys entered. And the thing is, it just kind of rotates with you.
Yeah, that's cool.
As it's just got its focus on you, except for batting away that annoyance that was, bothering it earlier. Makes 2 slam attacks against you. Oh, a nat 20 and
Hey,
a
Hildy, you got any more of those silvery bars?
21.
How many of those I have? I do have one more of those left. I see it hit her that hard. I'll go again. No, don't do that.
The nat 20 or the
The nat 20.
if you leave the choice up to me,
Just ask.
I mean,
I understand.
I'm sure I'd choose the same thing you would.
Rabbit failed his speech check.
14.
14 fails his wisdom save.
So that nat 20 just turned into a miss.
That actually exactly meets my AC.
Oh,
My AC is 14. I'm a bear.
so then it hits anyway. But it's not,
But it's not a nat 20.
That's what I care about.
All right, so both attacks hit. The first one, you take 15 points of bludgeoning damage.
So round down 7.
And then the second one is 14 points of bludgeoning damage.
Cool, I'm still up.
I'm going to give myself the advantage from that silver bar.
Yeah. Now, you've taken some pieces off this thing, for sure. But it's huge, it's hulking, and it's hard to tell how much you've really done to it. But, it does look injured, obviously. And that's going to bring us to... Oh,
Oh. Fail.
fail. One fail.
One down.
Thanks. Okay, just sitting.
I'm gonna peek out again, and I'm like, oh, nope,
Really pissed.
Still there? Nope.
no, not worth it. You guys sold me out.
You guys.
Secure.
One of us sold you out.
Wait, oh, so aren't you?
I'm like looking over what's happening in a panic and
Good thing she's dead.
16.
16 against what? The wall or the
door.
doors? Or the, okay. So again, once again, Pumbaa backs up and goes running into the doors. Bam! Shaking it. Hearing the clink. You hear from over where Kiva is kind of cackling. Not from Kiva, but
But from the Kronenberg on
I gathered.
and no,
Bunch
no,
of
just,
jokers.
you're just like banging your head against it, not doing any damage at all. At this point. Anything else from Dekir?
That's it.
Okay, Hildy.
Hildy is going to run over to Owl, seeing her bruised and battered friend who hasn't gotten up for at least 6 seconds, cast Will to Live and stabilize him at 0.
Now, okay, that brings up a question. Will to live. Does he actually have to have the will to live?
It does not say he has to, no. It just says,
You're giving him the will to live.
No, it's she
Well-
has the will to make him live.
Okay, whether he likes it or not. Okay, so that stabilizes or
stabilizes.
It's her
Got
will.
it.
Doesn't heal, but he's stabilized.
Right. So that's good news. The boar is stabilized. Okay, is that it from Hildy?
Did you have to move her?
Yeah, we're next to him now.
Kiva.
All right. Well, why break what works, right? So reckless attack, bite attack. That is a 19 on the die. I hit.
That hits. Yes.
Or is it? I said bite attack, so I'll get the D8 then.
And as your reward, you get a mouthful of earth.
Yeah,
Dirt.
it doesn't taste great, but it tastes like 7 points of piercing damage. So
Okay. All right.
cool. And then I'm gonna take a swipe at it. Ugh. And that's only 15.
Okay. No. No damage on that one as you rake across its body. Roll an insight, by the way.
Yeah, cool. I'm actually kind of good at that.
No, that's not why I left.
Yeah, I know. I'm not doing a lot of damage. I don't
Yeah.
care.
I
That'll
just
be
realized.
18.
Okay, good insight. You're realizing that although you are making contact with the creature, you feel like you're not quite doing the damage you would expect. You're doing damage, but not quite what you would expect to do.
I know, because I'm a level 6 composite character, not a level 6 druid.
That could be the reason. Anything else from Kiva?
Yeah, Kiva's gonna... Is Kiva gonna use her bonus action to do all that? It's smart. Kiva smart today? 1 second, let me just check my spell bullets. Do I have my spell bullet sheet? Do I even print out that page? I don't think I do. Does it not tell me anything? Oh, yes. Cool. So, I'm just gonna spend my last second level spell slot to do some more healing, only to heal for 6.
Okay.
But, you know, that just means that it's, when I go down at the end of this round, it's not going to be that much damage to me.
Maybe that 6 will save you. You never know. All right, so that's it for Kiva. We go to the top of the round. It's the 5th round since you've entered. And the creature's still focused on you.
Good.
Kevin is just kind of like, it's just when he's like humming. You can vaguely make out the words of what he's saying and just kind of this tune going, inside of you, inside of you. And just going on and on and on. So, thanks.
Next time it attacks, you just turn at the last second.
Thanks, Sip and Sorrow, for that. Anyway, it's making 2 attacks against you.
Good.
And they're both going to be the same. 30-20s on both.
You know, I don't think. Yeah. Give me damage.
Okay.
Give me numbers.
He wants to give you damage. He's just that kind of guy. So 15 on the first bludgeoning attack, and 14 on the second.
All right. 14. Still raging. So I drop out of bear form.
Okay.
And lose.
Oh, there you
HP.
are.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's going to end it for him. And Hal, as we come to you, you're still unconscious, but your normal form returns.
Oh, cool.
But you are still unconscious.
I've effectively stalled.
That's what we needed you to do.
Yeah, that was my goal.
And Mike took the only dice I could roll right now from me.
So this is
Okay. You stabilize.
you are effectively
that makes
at
sense.
0 hit points still.
Yeah.
So
Stable unconscious.
and the exhaustion for you has not returned.
Oh, cool.
You're at 0 hit points, but you don't have any of the levels of exhaustion that you did previously. Okay, just gonna bring up just Cinny. What are you doing?
Well, I've just seen the bear take a bunch of swipes at this thing and do nothing, and the other boar run at the door repeatedly.
Yeah, and Howl, who was a boar, you saw the boar, just suddenly transform into Howl again.
Right. So I'm hoping that I'm soon, and I will just wait it out here behind the
Okay.
behind the bricks until I'm me again.
All right, so we're coming to Dakir, and Dakir, you feel your form returning, and suddenly, as you're contemplating, you see Dakir kind of hoofing the floor as if you're getting ready to charge the door again, and then he grows in size to the smallish, slightly larger than the boar centaur that everyone loves.
I'm running in boar form at the door again, and then I just I try to stop right before I hit it.
Okay.
But
You know what? Because this is happening in transition, make a dex save.
no,
You hit the door. So go ahead and make that attack roll.
It's a rogue?
with my forehead.
Just
Unarmed.
but make it with all your stats as a centaur.
Yeah. Well, if we're just going by strength, which is what I was doing as a boar, it'll just be a flat 18.
18. You hit the door, jarring it. Roll your damage.
What damage would I roll
To
for
your head.
It would be
1 plus strength.
I think it's just 1+1.
It's 1.
It's an unarmed strike.
yeah.
Battering damage.
I feel like it should be a little bit.
His body's an improvised weapon.
I mean, you're
Make it a
charging
D4
the
if you
thing.
want.
Yeah, roll a d8
A D8.
and then add your strength.
I'm a strong boy. So 3.
That was my goal.
3.
Yeah.
Okay. So you see a little chipping and splintering of the wood, but obviously it's still very, very much intact.
Ah! God damn it!
Don't ever call yourself that again.
Do I still have my action or anything, or is that?
Completely ignoring it.
That was pretty much the action of the board, but you have your bonus action in your.
Okay, so I'm just gonna start
But
digging
I'm-
through
yeah,
my gear, realizing it's there, and break out my thieves' tools and try to dig them out.
Okay. All right.
I'll be
Yeah, free action to bring them out. Where's your weapon though? Are you dropping your weapons?
Oh, well, I can't imagine I was holding them. I was transformed in a boar.
That's true. I'll give
Yeah.
you that. Yeah, because you wouldn't have been holding them when you were transferring.
You were holding the liquor.
Okay. Yep. So free action, you have in your hands for next round
Yeah.
the thieves' tools. Hildy.
Lily's gonna cast renewal.
Okay.
Oh wait, no, I might not be. Or not. Because sometimes I don't think things through. No, I'm not gonna cast renewal. I am going instead to heal Howl with Psychic Cure.
All right. Cool. Can you get some
11 points.
nice?
Wow.
Your eyes flutter open. The recognition that you're no longer an animal. Well, a boar.
I was almost free.
One hoof through the door.
He's still a boar, just not a man.
Back here, go help Kiva now.
The last thing is he.
hide behind these boxes so I can cast from safety.
Thank you.
You saw your dog running towards
I
me.
did.
Right before
That was the last thing I saw where I became a boar.
The tongue.
it's every time he's right there, something horrible happens.
You didn't hear it. You said, I'm a strong boy. And I said, don't you fucking call yourself that. Dog's name.
You didn't say wrong, did you? Okay. All right, Kiva.
Right. So
Inside.
action, bear, bonus action, rage. With the assumption that it's going to hit me right now.
It definitely wants to, but it's not, a personal thing. Just how they are.
Yeah. So that's my turn. Actually, no. I'm gonna. But first, I have to rotate a little bit so that way I'm directly between him and the squishy. And
So you retransform back into a bear.
yeah, I
Your second time. Okay.
Yeah, I
and-
move back up. I get angry again.
Got it.
And I interpose myself between the people on the ground, the person on the ground that it could have hit, and
Yep. Okay.
it's got a range of 10.
All right. So the meat shield is back.
But,
You don't have exhaustion when you get
no, that's not what.
And yes, you don't have any of the levels of exhaustion either.
Oh, good to know.
So the only ones that have it are
Oh,
Hildy and Kiva still.
also, Kevin is just laying on the ground right here. Because when I poofed back, Kevin
Oh,
fell
yeah.
off my back.
Okay. All right.
Does he
He's
spit
like-
out fur?
It's like, that was incredible.
Oh, God, she bought the box. Cheated on your husband.
Smoking a cigarette. Okay. Back at the top of the round with the evil elemental.
Doesn't get form.
Still focused on you, Kiva. Still.
Yes.
It's down low. Same on this.
Ooh, not good at all. So 14.
Exactly my AC.
Okay. And then the other one's going to miss because it's a 10.
Yeah, that
So it hits once for a total of 17 points of bludgeoning.
So 8. Cool.
The second one just kind of hits the ground again. You just watch as the dirt just kind of lifts up a bit. Hal's body lifts up a bit. And it's going to bring Hal. You are now conscious in your
Oh, shit.
true form.
Well, half my movement to stand up. And I look to my right, I see that. I'm like, I don't feel good enough to take that on right now. I see Dakir. Dakir like imprinted in the wall and then trying to reach into his bag. And I'm like, and I decide I'm gonna 5, 10, 15 get next to him. And I'm gonna use my action to try and help him open the door.
Well,
He's gonna try and force it open.
Oh, you want to. Right now, you want to try and.
Yeah.
Like with the axe?
I'm gonna try and like shoulder it.
Okay, roll in athletics.
Bonus action rage first.
Okay.
Point of order.
Do you have advantage on?
I should. While I'm raging, let me just double check that feature real quick.
Yeah, advantage on strength checks and saves.
Wow, I don't think it really mattered. Minus was an 11.
Okay. You jostle the door as you run up to it, but it's, again, big doors, fairly thick, it must be, and a thick chain, held by the lock. Just holding it fast.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull out my my spear as my free action, and then that's my turn.
Okay, City.
It appears we're evenly matched.
Don't you fucking.
Why am I still a pig?
Yes, City's the only one that's still a boar.
Forge.
I'm going to back up to Hildy and pee all over her robes.
Yeah, but now your pee's gonna smell.
That's a real petty bitch energy.
Wow, okay.
I approve.
I feel like it should be like why don't you make it athletic or acrobatics on that one just to make sure you get it right.
But she's just
Or
on her
like
front
hands.
hooves and the back is completely.
Do I know what acrobatics is for a boar? I don't think I
If you don't have
Yeah.
it marked, then it's just Dex.
Yeah, just Dex.
6.
A 6. Okay. So a little splatter on Hildy's clothing, but for the most part, you just kind of hit the area next to her. Didn't quite get it lined
Sorry,
up.
I feel better anyway.
Right now we're gonna like attract game.
The cure.
On
In
male
your normal
boars.
form, once again,
Female board.
with thieves' tools in your hands.
I am whittling away at these.
Okay.
13 on the dice plus 9 is 22.
Wow. Okay. Good. But I don't know if we ever really talked about opening locks.
I've done it quite a few times.
Did we talk about the number of times that you can do it?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, because the way that I rule on this, because it just can't be, I don't like the idea of just once. If you fail, you can't try it again. I also don't like the idea of being able to try forever.
Okay.
So if you start to fail more than once, you can roll a d4, and that will give you the number of tries
Okay.
before you're just like, I can't do this.
Okay. Gotcha.
But in any case, with what you rolled, it looked like it was a stout, complex lock, but you just kind of went to it. Maybe it's out of desperation. Maybe it's just the fact that, you're tired of hearing that damn song that Kevin keeps singing. Or
Maybe the bones are just lucky.
yeah, or maybe the bones are just lucky, and you hear the lock click over, and it opens.
I'm pushing it open.
Okay.
We have a way out. Let's go.
Dropping the change, pushing it open, you see the light kind of flood in from the streets. It's very, very dim. You're in a warehouse district. You can see that right away. There's warehouses all over the place. You can smell the salt water, so you know you're close to the port, if not on the port, but you don't see any water. You don't see anybody out and about. It's late in the evening, and so, for what it's worth, and the door's open. You feel how heavy they are as you push it open.
I'm holding one door open and kind of motioning for everybody else.
I was just pinning an item.
Josini.
Oh, okay.
You know we can't run like this.
I didn't expect to hear your Discord notification.
Teleport.
Yeah, I actually have it here in front of me now. Where I
Yeah.
can see any important messages come up.
Yeah, Kiva doesn't know that either.
Okay, so doors open. Is that it for DK?
Yeah, that's it.
Building.
Hildy.
The human or the pocketing lantern.
I don't really want to just leave Kiva there.
I'm 1v1ing this until everyone's either safe or it's dead. So, pick.
How does that translate into bear?
Right. I said I didn't want to leave Kiva there. I didn't say I wasn't going to do it. Hildy will try to scoot the boar, assuming it's Jacini, because the others are people now, and head for the door. I'll dash.
Sorry, people.
Okay, so
Could you move me towards?
you're basically just inferring the suggestion to the board.
Yeah.
Well, okay,
Let's go.
got it. And then you're moving on. All right, and do you run with? Are you within 10 feet of that creature when you go by it?
No.
No.
He's on the other
Okay,
side.
yeah, it looks like you're well. Okay. In any case, yeah, you're able to get to where you need to go. Anything else from Hildy?
Come on, girl. Let's go.
Okay, keep it.
Reckless attack again.
Okay,
People are
bring it
still in the
on.
building.
Beautiful.
Thank you, Reckless. That'll be a dirty 20.
That's a hit.
Yep, for the claw attack. And snake eyes. That's bad. That's a sexy 8 points of damage.
Right. Okay, got it. More smaller chunks come ripping off the thing.
And then take a bite. Crit.
Ooh. And that's piercing or slashing?
Piercing because it's the bite.
Okay, so roll your d30.
Roll D30.
Yes.
Maybe you decapitate it. No,
8.
not with that.
Okay. How do I translate this into bear attacking elemental? All right. So what happens is as you lunge forward to bite at it. How much damage do you do?
The 15.
15. Okay. As you lunge forward to bite at it, connecting, pulling out with your teeth a wad of its dirt, your forward paws both land on basically its feet. They're kind of columnar, but they kind of splay out at the bottom, and so you land on what would be part of its feet, and you render it immobile for the next turn. So that's as close as I can get with what you roll on the D30. So
I take a look at Kevin and I decide not worth it. I'm going to, with the rest of my movement, back up until I'm right there.
okay.
So that way I'm still between the squishy, your counter squishy, and the thing.
Wow, now you're a squishy.
Well, he's raging, but he's not attacking. I assume he has levels of exhaustion.
Okay, so that's it for Kiva?
Yeah.
All right, so I guess we'll say it has to reform its feet, since it's not mobile this turn. Can't chase you, but it would have a reaction
Yeah.
to attack you as you...
As they left its threat range. Yeah.
Yes, but it rolls terribly with an 11, so it's not 14. That's going to miss. And then
Not
how
even.
far away from you are... This one, you're way far away.
20?
Yeah, so no, it's not going to have any chance at all to hit you since it cannot move. And so it'll basically just kind of like, well, it's immobile. So its movement is 0, but it can probably swivel towards you. In the meantime, Kevin, ow, don't leave me here. I still have some of your stuff inside me.
Oh.
This is not a negotiation.
It's not my turn yet, Kevin.
It is now.
Oh, it's
Why do you think I'm imploring you? The DM said go.
I see it, and I know the bear. Well, no, I don't actually know the bear had it.
You can run through my space.
Yeah.
So 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35 to get to on top of Kevin. Pick him up. Ah, shit.
Yeah.
Can I pick him up and dash?
Yeah. You have.
Because I would have drawn my
Yes.
spear at the
You
door
have.
if I
Okay.
needed to.
Are you carrying a shield?
I am not.
Okay.
It's not currently equipped. It's inside Kevin.
Then you can. He only weighs 5 pounds.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, you can scoop him up.
Scoop him
easily.
up in the other arm.
Yep.
Dash.
Like doing a
action.
suicide sprint.
And there's no reaction because you had a reaction, so you're clear.
30, 35,
He's like,
40 gets me out of the room.
Thank you. Thank you.
Don't worry, I'm not a druid. I wouldn't leave you behind.
You don't know what I've seen.
Tell.
We'll talk.
Describe to me the cosmic void that hammer space stuff that has been true in Hellscape.
You would imagine what the transformed druid looks like from the inside as a bear. That's an ear up.
It was like being in a furry womb.
All right, we're gonna get into yipping here in a minute. All right, just so you were up. Still a boar.
I'm going to use my full movement of 40 feet to head right out the door.
40.
I'm gonna blow wind on Hildia's eye.
Why?
Crop dust.
What did Hildy do?
Because
Gives her a
sold
speed
me
boost.
out as a pig.
I didn't sell you out. She changed you before. She told me.
You said you had to pick.
Okay, so that's it for Justini. Take care. You're already outside.
I'm already outside.
We're outside.
I'm gonna keep the door open and keep an eye on what's going on inside. Remind me, ready actions are still a thing, right?
Yeah, of course.
Actually, why wouldn't I just attack? I'm gonna shoot it. I'm gonna shoot it with my longbow. Nat 20.
That's it. Piercing.
Yeah.
Roll your D30.
Yeah,
See if you
but
can
I-
pin its foot to the ground or something.
the oath thing.
Or blinded. Maybe you
Yeah, but
shoot
it's still
both
a
the guys
magic
out
weapon.
with one arrow.
So that means it's a magic weapon, which matters.
10, 11, plus 3.
Plus sneak attack? No.
I wouldn't get sneak attack. No one's in range. So 14.
What level do your attacks become magical?
6.
Right now?
6 druid.
Oh, Druid
Nine.
6.
She's multi-class. Yeah.
Got it.
9.
Okay. All right. Just want to make sure I wasn't missing anything. What was the damage?
14.
14. Okay. And you said it was a magical
It's
bow?
the oath bow. It's some So
Oh, okay, yeah, that's right. 14 points of damage. Yeah, you see that thing just sink into it, and just parts of it just explode outward as the arrow disappears inside of it. So lots of things are inside of the things right now.
Do you get to roll a d30?
And yeah,
yeah.
roll your d30.
Thank
Don't
you.
forget that. That's the most exciting
Thank
part.
you. 29.
29. Wow. Okay.
Like this.
So it's less dexterous now, I guess the way you hit it, causing some internal damage as it reforms that part. It'll have a little less dexterity for the next turn. So, anything else from Dekir?
No.
Hildy.
Hildy is going to hit it with a force bolt. Just because. Ranged. I have disad on ranged, you said?
Because you have exhaustion.
Yes, because of the exhaustion.
9.
Wait, didn't you give yourself advantage from silvery barbs? So you could do that straight.
Yeah, you did. I don't know how long that lasts, but you can take it if you want it.
Okay, then it would be 14 plus 19.
19, that hits.
Yay, that hits.
And so that's force, basically mimicking what Dekir did in terms of the
8 points.
explosive nature of the earth removed from his body. Okay,
And then I'm going to run out the door.
all right, and then out the door you go, Kiva.
Everyone's out the door.
Except you.
Yeah, good. Cool. So I'm gonna back my way out the door, keeping my eye on the threat. And I'll just pop out to the other side with my movement, but still keep myself between wherever these fuckers are and my problem.
Can we lock him back in with that lock?
So as you go through the doorway, Dekir, do you keep the door held open or
I'll close it. I don't
just let it go?
know anything. Yeah, I'll just, well, does it swing shut if I let it go?
Yeah, it will.
Yeah, well, just let it close, yeah.
As it begins to swing shut, you see the creature initially at the top of the round, initially start to come forward, and then as Kiva exits, it stops, and as the door is closing, you can just see it begin to sink down into the earth. And we're out of initiative. Oh, congratulations, guys! You survived that.
I feel like you're going to put us right back.
I'm going to turn my light off.
Okay, all right. So that huge glow is no longer illuminating the skies.
Rage drops, bear doesn't.
Okay. So Cindy's still
All
a pig.
cursing.
Alright. Well, that's obviously our first order of business. We need to figure out why she isn't transforming.
Bear head stares directly at you.
It's Hildy's fault. Why are you all looking at Hildy? It's Hildy's fault.
Maybe this isn't Josini. Maybe it's one of her boars that came through. She said all of us would turn back in a minute.
Are you Josini?
Do I understand him?
Oh yeah.
That's close to a nod.
Well, resident druid.
You're still a bear? You said?
Yeah, because I was tired when I was a human.
We should probably figure out where we are and not be here anymore.
So just looking around, again, it's fairly broad boulevards and alleyways between the various warehouses. Again, you can smell the salt air. You know, you can hear in the distance music playing. There must be a tavern nearby. Down the road, although there's light, it's not like regular lanterns. But there's no homes nearby. You don't see any businesses nearby. You were surrounded basically, as far as you can see, by warehouses. But then you also hear the lap of water in the distance too, kind of off to your south. To the north, and that's also where you heard some of the music. To the north, you hear other types of, population of a city activity. So you must be in between the dock and the city proper. You can kind of see there's more light to the north, light pollution or whatever, than there is to the south, where you might assume the dock is.
So, Sydney, is this Port Francik?
I don't know. I can't see around, right? Would I know? Can I see anything? Or I'm still between things?
You
She
guys
said
are all
she
in
was
one of these
sending
houses.
us to Port Francik, right? So,
I'm just trying to confirm.
as far as I know.
Yeah, I think you're the only one that's been at Port Francik before.
As Giussini, you would recognize this warehouse district as
As Port Francik.
Port Francik. Yes, because this would be familiar to you, if not this warehouse, but the district itself.
All right.
So you could snort to the affirmative if you wish.
Well, at least she sent us to the right place.
I give the look around, like, where do you want to go?
Do we put a collar on it?
But a what?
A collar. Shall we get a collar to put on it? I might have one.
I mean, I've got some rope.
I mean, if you want a pet.
No. No. It's a person, Richard. Oh, Richard. Kevin. Jeez.
Whoa!
How did you change my name?
Where did
God, his mind is somewhere else.
his name's Richard? Because he's a dick.
Looking around, I can see clearly up to a mile.
Well, it's not that so much as just all the buildings.
Right.
you're in a
if I
warehouse
look
district.
Further down the street.
Yeah,
I see
you look down the
movement.
street and you're going to see the alleyways branch off, and so you're just looking even though you can see far, you're still just seeing ground.
I'm just doing like a quick 360 to see if I catch any movement or anything.
Okay, roll a perception.
Oh. Perception. 15.
15. Down one of the alleyways to the west, far down, where the road basically
The
runs
intersection.
perpendicular. Yes, it looks. You see two figures just not furtively, but just like walking casually, not coming down the way that you are at, but continuing down the road.
I'll see some movement and I'll point the direction that they're
They're heading south,
heading south.
like they're going
which is
toward the dock. Yeah.
toward the dock. So look, it looks as though they're heading towards the dock, which means if we go down to that road, we probably could get a straight shot towards Francik, possibly. And Hal's gonna take like the tip of his spear, and he's just gonna mark like a little star into the door of the building that we were just in.
Okay. All right. Easy enough.
Okay.
I'm gonna bend down and look at Justini.
Do you want to come with us?
I ignore that. I kneel down and I like give you the look like, would you like to ride on my back? Essentially,
Oh,
Yes.
all right.
Levels of exhaustion.
You don't know what you're getting into.
Onto, not into.
Yeah. Well,
No, I don't think so.
you're still in bear form though.
Yeah.
Well, she probably knows people in Port
I'll
Francik
pat my
would
leg.
eat a wandering
Come on, Justini.
boar, so she's
Come
not
on,
going to be
girl.
on her own. She'll be food at the tavern sooner. So yeah, she's like,
That's
well,
very
yeah,
possible.
stuck with you guys for now.
What time did you say it was?
It's nighttime.
Evening. Night.
All the
Come on,
shops.
Justini. Come on, girl.
All the shops are going to be closed. We just need to find lodging for the night, and then we can worry about Josini tomorrow.
Well, there's plenty of warehouses if you just want to sleep.
I want to find a magic dealer so we can do something about her.
I don't think there's a lot of people that just deal in magic wandering around.
Popular port, you never know. Those shops. You can ask.
They'd probably get killed. It's a port town.
Well, we can't just leave her like that.
Well, I mean, we could, but we shouldn't.
I would imagine a port
Yeah, I was
town
going to say,
is
Hildy
pretty
would
safe.
definitely be like, woo.
I would imagine a port town's pretty safe for somebody who deals with magic, since it's a pretty valuable location, right?
No, people would kill you and steal your stuff.
Translate.
Well, you know,
Kill and stole a lot of people's stuff.
not a lot of people.
How many of them are in port towns?
Well,
I'm gonna look for one in.
if you carry the 7,
I'm just gonna be a bear walking down the street with a person riding on me.
For a minute.
But no, the bear thing lasts for hours. The rage lasts for a minute.
Yeah.
Which you drop.
Are you sure?
Yeah. Bear form lasts.
Really?
Yeah,
Half your
last
druid
year?
level, I think.
Yeah.
Oh.
So I got like an hour of being a bear.
And just say you're on the bear or you're walking?
I'm on the bear.
You're on the bear, okay.
This is totally fine.
Holding Jitsune in my lap.
And Hell's
Somehow has a bow on her neck already.
You can't put lipstick on a pig.
The problem is that the bow is made of skin.
Oh.
That's disgusting.
Really?
Just wait until I'm not a pig anymore.
I think if you shaved her, if you guys ever shaved her, you might be surprised. Just throwing it out there. Not the boar.
Yeah, I knew you were talking about Hildy.
No, I'm talking about Kiva. If you shave the bear.
Do you think Kiva would let us shave?
No, I'm just
I mean, druids have tattoos,
a
so
little bit of mystery out there for you. Okay, so which way are you going? North, south, east, west?
Let's go north away from the port. Or would that
no,
be?
the port would be south, so that would be where all the lodging would be. By the
I
docks,
think
where the boats come
the inn
in.
would be the. Oh, I guess.
You see more lights to the north,
Yeah.
and then you hear a lot of, you must be closer to the port because you can hear to the south a lot of, port activity. Not a lot, but, some music and much less light. Maybe the ding of a bell,
Then north it is for people.
I think we draw less attention. We are a pretty obvious group right now.
Oh, shit.
like animals on parade. North then?
Yeah, we'll go north and just look for the first sign of an inn.
Okay, so as you move north through the warehouse district, it seems like it's very linear, moving off to the east and the west, with kind of maybe crescenting the port, and then as you very quickly move out of the warehouse district, you can see what appear to be wooden structures of the city proper, Port Francik. And it is mostly, there's some stone, but it seems like the predominance is most certainly wood planking that most of the structures are built out of. And it's nice. I mean, it's not like they don't look like ramshackle buildings. These are well constructed with wood. That's obviously been treated and painted and so forth. You can see that in the distance, from kind of at the edge of the warehouse district, there's no wall per se, at least not where you are now, between the warehouse district and into the city. But you can see alleyways leading off into the well-lit streets and roads that have lanterns or torches or whatever lighting the way. And in the distance, you can see people, moving about casually. You're kind of where you are. It's dark, and so people in the light aren't really seeing you, but you can see what's happening, ahead of you. So there are various alleyways to go down that you can just, choose randomly. If you're looking for, as you mentioned, a tavern or whatever, then, you can search for that if you like.
I'll reach down and scratch Kiva on the top of the head.
You're doing very good.
Would Justini know somewhere that they could go? I mean, she can understand that they want to go look for an inn, right? She would be able to
Yeah, I mean, if you,
point them and
We said we were looking for lodgings. You
yeah.
can
So she would try and lead them someplace she knows her name might have some kind of recognition.
If you give me
You're a
10
boar.
minutes, I can talk to her.
Would be.
yeah, Justini would be far more familiar with the docks and the lodgings around the docks. Your crew and yourself would almost certainly stay near your ship. It's possible that in your days traveling to the city, you might have stayed in the city, maybe once or twice. So if you want to roll a history, see what you might remember.
What do I have history? Just whatever that is.
Oh, it'd be history. History of your character sheet.
What?
Because
Intelligence.
you're thinking back,
Oh,
your character's
my.
mind.
History. +1. 17.
17. Okay. So you do recall one small tavern. You don't think much of it, but the reason that you went there is you were doing a deal and you were meeting a merchant, and it was late, and you said just to stay there. Just you, not your crew. And it's well into near the square. So there's a lot of lumber. You know that there's a lot of lumber that is produced here, logged here, and then sent to various places throughout the Great Sea and beyond. That's their primary source of trade. And it happened to be what you were moving at that time. So if you want to lead them to that small tavern, you can. You can communicate that to them.
I mean, I wouldn't necessarily think the tavern owners would remember me, though, right? I was just there for one
Yeah,
deal,
this,
and I wasn't.
no, the
That
dock would be
probably-
different. For sure.
Probably not. I might make a suggestion this way instead, but if they don't listen to me, then I can't tell them any they're doing.
I think she's hungry.
You want to give me 10 minutes and I can talk to her?
I really not
I can talk to her now.
begin
Well,
ritual.
how haven't you been?
I have been. She's just not talking back.
And Howl being slightly done right now, plops down and starts going through the ritual to cast Speak with Animals.
We're in the middle of the street. Oh, I don't think that's a
Do
good.
you have a fucking better idea?
Is everyone avoiding us because I'm a giant fucking bear walking down the street?
You're in the darkness at the of the warehouse there. So there's light in the city, and so they don't have the night vision to see, and they're not paying attention to what's looking from the bright to the dark.
Every time we
Cool, I'm a
pass,
monster in the dark.
every time we pass the cross street, she's been leaning a little bit. I wonder if she's trying to give us directions. You want
I
us
don't
to
really.
go a
She's
certain
tilting her
way?
head, so I don't feel anything.
If he's gonna start doing that, then you all stay here. I'll scout ahead and see if I can find us lodgings.
So as he's doing that, as you gather together to wait for Hal to complete his ritual, and you go galloping off toward the city,
Just
or into the city.
I'm just checking the streets as I go towards the city, just looking for any
I mean, it's
sign.
like connected, but
Yeah.
it gets progressively lighter as you move forward.
Well, if we're gonna be sitting here for 10 minutes, I'll get off Kiva, let her rest her back.
Yeah, there's lots of shops and stuff,
That are closed.
structure, but they're all closed
Yeah.
currently. But I'd be happy to tell you what some of those are as you pass them. But while we're waiting on Hal to complete his ritual, we're going to go and take our break, and then we'll see you guys in a few minutes and see where this leads us after this extraordinary flight from Kirke and her strange maniacal traps. So, see you in a bit.
Kirke the boar whore.
Whoa!
It just came to me.
I don't know. I think probably Kevin is the most disturbed and just plagued at this point.
Yeah.
I mean, that's valid. you smoke it or if you eat it, one of them lasts longer.
Welcome back, everyone. Getting back to the second half of our session tonight, as the group is determining what they're going to do next after their desperate fight with the Earth Elemental that they did quite well with. In any case, Howell has just completed his ritual and is now able to speak with animals. But before we get to that, we had Dakir going out into the city beyond the warehouse district to kind of scout ahead. So we're going to find out what he discovers in the few rounds that he's out. How far do you want to go?
I won't go.
Or how many
quick.
rounds, I guess?
50-foot move speed, and I'll say a minute.
Okay. And
2.5 minutes. That way, when I get back, he'll be finishing up the ritual.
do you care about any other shops right now, or are you just looking for an inn or a
I'll
tavern?
make a mental note if I see any shop that looks like it specializes in spells or magic.
Okay. So a couple of shops that you clog by include one that sells musical instruments, and these are all shingles that are on the outside that are spelled out typically what they are, and also have some sort of image that would give you an identifier if you didn't actually, or you were not able to read.
Is there an image of like a boar and then a person next to it? Like,
You don't find that yet, but musical instruments you find
Thank you so much.
what looks like an herb and spice shop. You find a shop that has some special crafting materials for building, as well as a general store. This one is open, and there's just a few people inside. It's not that large, but there's like a couple of people inside. Lights filling out the open doorway. It's cool in the evening here, and there's a couple of people nearby, that are lingering, either going away or to some of the other, to that shop or moving off deeper into the city. They all take note of you. They're not surprised. Most of them just kind of nod. They seem like well-dressed folk,
yeah.
and out on the town, or going about their business if they're in their trade garb or whatever.
Well, actually, if I lock eyes with one of them, I'll kind of like do a double take and stop. Where's the nearest inn from here?
It's just to say, what kind of inn would you like? Do you want a, shall we say, a place where it does not cost too much money? Or would you like a place that is more extravagant?
Say-
Or do you have specific needs that need to be met? I've heard about the centaur.
I'm gonna move on from him and ask the next person. Where's the nearest inn from here?
Oh, okay. Oh, man. What sort of inn would you like?
Safe and doesn't ask a lot of questions.
Have you been to the docks?
Fuck. No.
There's a nice inn just up the road here if you like. Go down to the inn, take a ride. You'll see it. It's got a light out front.
Much obliged.
And I'll.
Do you want the name?
Sure.
Treacherous.
Trey aunts.
Treacherous.
Sounds pretentious.
Like you'll see the shingle, it has a tree with ice. The dudes know these well. I don't know that the centaur, they know this very well, but
Like, it clicks in his head.
Oh, we need to find a new place.
Got
Nope. Nope, we need a new place.
it's not that sort of inn though, so just be aware.
That sort of. Thank you very much.
Provides
I gallop off.
Dirty centaurs.
How come centaurs get to run around the town naked?
That's why they have a bad rep.
I'm only naked from the waist down.
Oh, the part that matters.
No.
Everyone knows what's up.
And there's always a lingering stare.
As there should be.
Stares and then of disappointment.
Hung like a centaur.
Cold, Howell.
You're a little centaur.
Always a gelding.
Wait, Dakir, you're a woman?
Well, I hate that nickname.
It's like they're always averting their eyes. The rest of your party is like just kind of like talking to you, but always just averting their eyes.
I thought you wanted
Don't look at it directly.
So yes, do you want to go down to it, or okay? So as you're moving off down toward Triumphs, what are you doing? The rest of the party together.
And the spell is
Yes.
Question: in my time in in and around Argyllshire, like growing up in that region and going into town every once in a while, have I picked up enough like Hofflin to like at least get like rudimentary thoughts across?
Hoffman?
Yeah, there are Hofflins in Argyllshire.
Yeah, but what are you speaking? You mean did you
like could I reasonably have picked up some phrases in Argyllshire in like my time growing up around that area?
But you got to remember, in this world, yeah.
As
As long as you're paying attention to somebody, you can always understand what they're saying, no matter what language they speak normally. Now, does that mean you might not have just, heard, ambiently and picked up some things? Sure. Especially for somebody that has been there a lot.
So that everybody else would understand what I'm saying. Makes me wonder why we can't understand what the demons say.
Makes me wonder why there's different languages to begin with.
There's language.
It's cultural. It makes people feel good.
I guess you don't remember the history as to why. So you can ask Atlantean sometime again.
Yeah. I need to go back through the
Alright,
course.
so
Work on it.
Next time we see Jer.
Josini.
Yes.
Okay, good.
Okay, good. You can hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, good, good.
Just for about 10 minutes. 10 minutes, and then we can do this again later.
Why am I still a boar? Why am I still a boar?
Yeah, it turns out probably Hilly fucked up, but we're gonna deal with that later once half of us are not, I don't know, crippled at this point. Do you know of any inns around here?
We'd have to go down near the dock. That's the only place my name might have any kind of meaning.
Well, unfortunately, you are currently a boar, so I don't think your name will have any meaning either way.
Tell them I'm a boar.
You think they're gonna believe that? Honestly.
I didn't want to say it, but yeah, she is a bore.
Josini,
Across time and space, the
Yes,
fun
yes.
land.
I'm gonna be frank with you. Your position in life has changed. You don't have a ship, a crew, don't know how much meaning your name has, and even if we could verify that you are this boar, I don't think it would help us very much.
Well, if push comes to shove and you can't hear me in 10 minutes, drop me off at the dock and tell them I'm a boar. Tell them to put me on a boat back to Yeez.
Do you want to continue with us?
For a little bit, but if I'm still a boar, tomorrow I'm out of here.
Okay.
I just can't wander around by myself. They'll eat me here. They for sure will eat me.
You could always come along with us still. I mean, we could use a new mascot.
No, I heard what happened to your dog. I'm not sticking with you guys.
Like, Dakir, what's up? That's
So,
just in here.
fuck did you just call us?
Hey, who here has remembered what their name
Are you a
is?
fucking bear?
It's the exhaustion.
I am so fucking tired.
Actually, I can talk to you now.
Yeah, that's why I'm talking to you.
Yes.
That's just in here, right?
Yes, it's just singing.
She might want to learn some druid shit. So that way she can stop being a bore.
Alright, keep it questions for later. We're kind of on a time limit, right?
Yeah, but, yeah.
I hear your idea. I understand.
All right,
I
listen.
respect it.
If we're going north, I can't help you. I don't know much there. I've been to one tavern. That's
Is there one around here?
There is a tavern that we could go to. I was there once for a deal, but that's all I know.
You're on the dock. I mean, on the docks.
The only place I'm familiar with is back at the port. That back at the dock.
So,
if you're going this way, I'll go with you, but I can't. I have
just leave.
nothing to offer.
well, you can offer us directions to the tavern.
And meat.
Don't eat me.
No promises. Where's the tavern? The nearest one.
This way.
Right.
You're not very nice, Hal.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, we're at the point where nice is a commodity.
I suppose I'll agree with you.
And the Kirke can catch up. Son tells me he probably is going to hear about the tavern that we're going to anyway. And if not, he's fucking sneaky and shit. He could probably track us down.
All right, so I will give Hal directions to the tavern that I know of.
So you guys are going off to...
Any objections?
I'm good with that. I'll stop being a bear once we get to the tavern.
The tavern that you're referring to, you can tell them the name of it is the Lantern.
We're going to the Lantern.
So you would remember that with your roll earlier. So
Diva, I'm not good at writing. I'm not very good at it. Can you write lantern into the dirt in front of the door?
I actually can.
Yeah. Please.
Oh, sure. I write it in probably the language of ease, which has absolutely nothing to do with whatever language we have down here.
So-
Diva, I can't read that. I can read.
You're a
and I
bear.
know that's not the
You're
lantern.
still there?
I'm still a bear, but I can still, use a
So all this conversation is one way.
Well, no.
No,
I
because
think
you
with
can-
animals,
yes.
so I can talk to these two.
Got
We
it.
just can't talk to each other.
I'm saying speak with me. So you're gonna write.
I'll spell lantern in
In
the
the-
language of.
So you would know Iru, you would know
Yeah.
the symbols of Vikya. Probably the only two that you would be aware of.
I'd spell it in Iru.
Okay, all right.
Oh shit! Can Kira read you?
No.
That's fine. My end's nicer.
Wait. How does reading work with the Argo? Wait, I just realized.
That's an orc.
No, but I mean, if we walk into a shop and there's a menu, we have to have everything explained.
Yes.
Okay.
People use picture menus.
Just draw an arrow in the ground to point
Yeah, I'm
in
just gonna.
directions.
That's a good idea, Jessity.
Oh, you didn't hear her. Here, and I'll take the spear and I'll draw the arrow in the direction we're about to walk off.
Okay.
Before we idea, draw a crude lantern in the dirt
All right. Sleight of hand.
underneath the arrow.
Sleight of hand.
Oh boy, this is gonna be fun. Sleight of hand in my bear. This is a
You're gonna
straight
send
roll.
Port Francik to some weird brothel somewhere.
3. Okay. It looks like a lantern to you.
You ever played Dictionary?
Yeah, that
To you.
The game within a game within a
In
game.
all fairness, I don't know what she's trying to do right now.
And Hal just scratching his head. It doesn't look like a lantern. Kevin.
Or a lantern?
Actually, he told her to draw an arrow.
So it looks like neither. It looks like both get neither.
No, I drew the arrow.
It looks more like a jellyfish.
I drew the arrow with my spear.
You rolled a 3.
Yeah.
Huh. Cute.
Anyway, that face.
Yep. When we go.
All right. So you guys go off towards the lantern.
And every time we make a turn, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to basically make a little guide in the ground.
Okay.
Draw a little
all right.
arrow in the direction that we're going.
So literally
That's
like
fine.
50 feet ahead of you, you're going to enter alleys where there's other people. So, I mean, you can see them out ahead, mingling amongst the various, just moving from place to place, going home for the night or going to a tavern or somewhere to eat or whatever. So be aware of that. Immediately you get some horrified stares and looks, fear, as the hulking bear, comes up with the barbarian.
Don't worry, she's potty trained.
Boar mounted on the bear, and then the Twathaday that's somewhat luminous, but
Just a
hard to
little
tell
bit.
in the light. So, that's right. I guess you would look kind of odd.
Just my normal dim.
Yeah. No, when you guys were in the dark warehouse area, so just strange little outline of the old lady. Purple.
It's like she's cell shaded.
Agree. Okay. So yeah, some initial fear as you're walking through. You haven't seen this sort of sight. I mean, you guys are definitely unique.
Dakir will never find us.
You would probably, just as a caveat, Kiva, because you're a druid, you would probably know that the druids generally don't shape shift within populated areas, especially cities, because they don't want to scare the population.
I truly do not care. I am tired.
That's fine. So you're just kind of trundling through and getting a lot of stares. As you find the Treant, it's a good size tavern. It's 2 levels. And by the way, unlike Ease, which had these towering towers all over. I mean, it was a city of towers with bridges between and spans high up in the elevation. This is a very low, squat. You don't see any buildings over 2 stories high. And again, they're all wooden. They're very square with some some thatching. So it's more almost frontier-like,
Okay.
but nicer, well built. And so and the colors are kind of muted, and so you get some darker jewel tones in terms of the colors. You don't get these fanciful colors like bright yellows or pinks or anything like that. So it's mostly darker, earthy jewel tones in terms of the decor and what they're painted. You walk into the tavern.
Yeah.
There's about 12 people inside. You're immediately hailed. Hey, look, it's a centaur. Come on in, please. And it's various servers and of course a barman. Can I help you, please?
Do you have 2 rooms for the night?
I do.
Excellent, I'll take them.
Silver per night?
Silver per night? How much if to not have you ask any questions?
Well, what sort of questions?
Any.
Any questions? 2 gold?
Give it to him.
He seemed somewhat astonished. Thank you very much. Pockets it.
It's the least suspicious way to book a room.
So,
And now you got no food and drink because he's not allowed to ask you what you'd like.
and you can see this dilemma taking place as he's looking at you. If there were, I had a mouse once. It would like something to drink and maybe some food to eat. But the mouse was not very expressive in the way that he would.
I'll just take the keys, please.
And he hands you over. You just see this relief come over his face.
Whoever he is, we need to make sure he lives. What a precious angel that instead of just being like, we have food and drink, he's like, my mouse.
You can see the cogs just turning. It couldn't be simple. Yeah. So, you get the keys to the rooms.
Yeah. I'll just trot off looking for my friends.
Okay. And by the way, he gave you keys to room. He does mention that they're downstairs.
Okay.
As he kind of looks you over, the second floor would not be good for you. Here, put it downstairs.
That
And
works
then-
perfectly, thank you.
You head back toward the warehouse.
Yes.
Okay. When you return, again, getting a lot of nods and stares along the way. Very unusual group we have here. You arrive to where your friends were, and they're gone.
I was
But-
on.
But there's a pumpkin on the ground, drawn in the sand.
Or jellyfish,
and definitely an arrow.
And definitely an arrow.
pointing in a
Somebody
general.
drew an arrow piercing a jellyfish.
And some words that you don't read.
They have to stop letting Hal leave notes.
Wasn't even Hal.
I don't even know what to make of that.
I was gone less than 5 minutes.
Can I try to track where they gone?
Sure, roll survival.
I mean, I'll roughly follow the
And I'll
arrow.
give you advantage because, good news for you, you're following a giant fucking bear.
Bear tracks. Bear tracks.
Big bear
Two sets
tracks.
of human track.
21. I rolled a 20.
Okay,
Natural
so easy
20.
enough
Yeah, it's
to
a good
follow
check.
the bear. Now, as you're following, and you guys are a bit ahead, you come to this small, little, dusky tavern. And you can see that there's maybe 2 people inside, 1 server. There is a woman who looks like she's behind the counter. It's a small little counter, and it has a second story, but it's kind of like a half-second story. You can see there's a loft overlooking. There's kind of a common room in the back, and you see like 3 or 4 people just on the floor in bedrolls, just in a common area sleeping, or maybe with a lantern or something reading. But there's no furniture, just open. But before that is the main little tavern area. There's only like 4 tables. And maybe there's 1 person sitting at a table, and then the server, and then the woman that's behind the bar. And she just looking down, cleaning a glass or whatever. She looks up and up again as you silhouette the doorway with a bear and a boar and a glowing woman, old lady next to you.
I like shimmy, like I do the shoulder thing, like get the boar to walk down my shoulder.
Hakuna Matata. Okay.
And then I'm a person.
I mean, I didn't say it was
What?
nice.
Oh, you're gonna
Then-
change?
And then still, can you still hear me?
So
I at this point probably still a little
he
bit.
gasps.
Yeah.
How are you? What is this that is coming in here?
Can I
We
have a
are.
drink?
You may, please approach and you may sit down at the table if you like.
I'm tired. If you,
No,
you're
just go
saying
for it.
something.
Go for
Cool. Take a seat.
You must be a druid. Yes?
I'm kind of shitty at it, but yeah.
Right. Well, it was impressive.
Well, you'd think I'd be good at the druid and shape. I'm good at the shape shifting part, but my god, asked me to cast a fucking spell. I grabbed the pint and just.
Would you cast a spell? You just
You
said
did
to
tell her
ask
to
you
ask
to
you
cast
to
a spell.
cast a spell.
Sure. I cast weather report.
Weather? Oh, you got it.
Very crap.
So she stares at you as you kind of do this thing and mumble jumbo and roll a d30.
15.
15. Let's see what the weather's going to be like tomorrow.
Did I conjure a hurricane?
Do not eat.
No, all she sees is. And it comes to you that tomorrow, because I mean, it's a rather boring spell, it's going to be clear and cool. The wind's going to be light out of the north. It'll be a nice day. About 45 degrees.
Better than the last time I cast weather report.
Are you going to cast a spell?
Oh, I did. It's fine. Well, it looks like at least there's not going to be a hurricane this time. That was fun.
It's a good thing that you do not have to depend on the drinks to cast a spell.
Kirke, you are nothing if not impressive.
Diane, what sort of drinks would you like?
I was just taken out. I agree. Whatever. Just
What's your house name?
Have the mead? Would you like the mead?
wine. That's fine.
I'll take a mead.
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 For the...
Can we have some in a bowl for our friend?
I mead's honey.
Oh,
I take
course
it
you
to
may.
bear. That's thematic.
And it was a day, yes?
Yes.
Very pleased to have you here on it. We have not ever had it was a day in our residence here at all.
Well, now you
I
do.
wish you never have.
So you're going to cast a spell?
Me?
Yes, you may cast a spell if you like.
Oh no.
Just do not destroy my small little boat here.
Please.
Do you want me to cast a spell?
I would perhaps be more impressive than the druid, I hope.
I'll do prestidigitation and make her think it's an earthquake.
That's
That's you mean
Drew. That's
you can
thaumaturgy.
like clean the floor
No.
in one foot cube area. then you
You're
can
right. That was thaumaturgy. My bad.
You can make some sparkles.
I'll clean off her bar for her.
Okay, all right. It's fairly clean already. So there's a couple of like towels or hand towels or whatever that are on used to kind of blow a little bit. Would you like a meat as well?
Yes.
Yeah, well, please have a seat. Would you like rooms tonight that I can get you?
How much is it for a room?
It's 1 silver for the room.
Can you accommodate bulls?
Your pet? Like, we have a stable?
Something like that.
If you like a stable, we can put the bar in the stable.
We want her to
no.
sleep in the rooms with us.
Very well housebroken.
And there will be a cleaning fee. So, 2 silver.
Okay. And I'll hand over, can I get 2 rooms? And I'll hand over 4 silver. We want her to have free access to both rooms.
She takes the 2 and she looks at him and she's about to say something and then she doesn't. She takes the 4, she pockets them, and hands you 2 keys.
Thank you.
Something in the loft.
And we are in Port Francik, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Jesus. Occasions.
And I am never having stew again.
We've no sure ale. Sorry, we've had a long day.
So, do you take the table or are you going to your rooms or?
Take the table. I'm gonna sit down at the table.
Okay, the rest of you?
I'm gonna drink
you-
the mead from my little bowl.
Okay. Yeah, Marianne brings them over and she sets the bowl. She kind of like pets the boar and puts it down. She stops and she like caresses the tongue. Kind of does this. You can tell she's really into animals. You know.
Get your
And,
hands off me, you bitch.
and she's like, "Oh, he smells like me." And just ruffles you a little bit more.
Oh, I think Dakir should be here soon. That was a very clear picture of a lantern I drew.
Roll one more survival. Now without advantage because you're getting
Another 20
Okay.
dice.
So
With a fork.
maybe 5 minutes later, the Kirke comes trotting through the front door, and
I told you.
later, now centaur. May I help you?
I'm with them.
If you are. Would you like some mead?
Least shocking news of the night.
What's in that?
Wine made of honey.
No.
Honey, yes, of course. You don't.
I'll take some ale, please.
We don't have ale. We have mead. We have wine as well.
Yeah,
Why don't you like
Nice
honey?
Cabernet.
wine should be fine. Thank you.
We have a red and we have a white.
Don't depend.
Whichever is fine.
I'll bring you a red. You seem like you need a red. Something stronger.
You might need an apple.
I ignore them at this point.
I do have apples. Would you like an apple?
Sure. Thank you.
She runs off, and a few minutes later, she brings over a bowl of apples, red apples, and mead for everyone.
Takes
for
no
you.
offense at that. Actually, kind of excited.
I was gone for 5 minutes.
Yeah, we found a tavern.
And you
Did you see the pumpkin she drew for you?
that was a pumpkin?
It's a lantern.
I thought you were telling me to go to the dock because it looked like a dead jellyfish.
I mean, we are at the docks.
I wrote lantern and then I did a picture of a lantern because I realized you probably don't read Euro.
I'm guessing you rented a room for the night already?
2 of them.
2 silver.
So did I, and I paid extra to have us not asked any questions, so we would be unaccosted.
Oh, she's asking us questions. She wants us to do magic for her.
I was hoping to avoid that.
Oh.
Oh, the key loosen up.
Honestly, if you do magic, that'd be more impressive than what we did.
I don't think they want to see my kind of magic.
And mine is not visually impressive.
I mean, the only other kind of magic I have would be like, growing claws and render that apple into 2, but that feels like too much property damage.
And fire. There's a lot of fire with magic.
I don't really do that.
I do the fire
Do you
magic.
even do magic?
That's why I didn't
I
do it.
can.
I'll be totally
But we're on
honest,
a
I've
quest
never
for the
seen you do
prince.
She's not standing there.
Hey, Barbarian, can you still hear me?
magic. It's been about 5 minutes. Has it,
Well, I mean, he walked in, yeah. So however long as you sit there drinking your mead.
has it been 10 minutes since I cast that spell?
I mean, if there's something else you want
I would like to be taken
to dialogue.
to a mirror, please.
I will do that.
And I'll take Boar up to the room.
Okay.
Or rat.
Yeah.
All right. You two enter the room. They're not that big. They have 2 beds in them, each room.
Any mirrors?
They have a window that's overlooking, and they have this brass bowl that you might be able to get a reflection out of. It's not filled with water currently. There's no light in the room.
I just want to
There's
see.
lanterns.
I just want to see what I look like.
I'm gonna pick her up and I'm gonna hold her to the bowl to see if she can try and see her reflection. In
Why
it.
wouldn't you just pick up the bowl?
How big is the bowl?
It's
a bowl.
It's a bowl that would. It's a good size that you can put water in to wash.
Yeah, I mean, listen,
It's not filled with
it's a
anything.
funnier image in my head.
And yes, it does. I assume you turn a lantern on.
Yes.
Start a lantern.
I'm sorry, I didn't declare that. But
It's all right. It's assumed.
there's no light currently, and in my head I was like, so I'll flip on the lantern.
Flip the switch. Yeah. So as you look, it's kind of this distorted view of a boar face. It's kind of like widened out by the bowl and so forth, and you can kind of see the nose is really predominant in the center of the bowl. But yeah, you get a reasonable
It's a funhouse mirror you're looking at.
Yes, basically. But you get a reasonable projected reflection.
Put me down.
Put it down.
I'm a fucking monster.
I mean, boars aren't monsters, necessarily. They can be,
Why am I still a boar?
because as sad as it is to say, I think Hildy's proven that she has very specific loyalties and very specific priorities.
You're saying it's her fault?
I'm not saying it's her fault. I honestly, I don't think it's Hildy's fault that Hildy is Hildy. It's like someone is guiding Hildy to be an awful person.
But she's not an awful person.
To you specifically.
I'll keep that in mind.
So, we're gonna try and get you back. I feel like it's only fair.
I'm gonna go over and find like a very comfy part of the bed to lay on. And I'm gonna, just like a dog would do, I'm gonna take up like as much space as I possibly can.
All right.
Josie, can I ask you?
Well, you better, yes. Ask fast.
I feel like I have about a minute. If we can get you back, what do you want us to do?
Take me to the port. Put me in a crate. Take me to the port. Slap a label on it that says, to Francisco. Love Jacini.
Okay.
Please take care of this pig.
I can do
Don't eat it.
that. I can do that.
Ship me back to Francisco. He'll know what to do.
Oh. Okay. Send the pig to Francisco.
Don't forget, put the label on it. Say it's from me.
You're bored now.
In my ear, send me to Francisco and tell him not to eat.
Is how I imagine the timing went.
About right.
And we'll check in again tomorrow, Jacini. I apologize, I can't quite understand you anymore, but please make yourself comfortable.
So the two of you have basically set into this room. The three of you downstairs.
I'm gonna call over to the barkeep. Who has nicer rooms, you or the Treant?
Oh, Korean, fuck that.
It's
just a name.
Well, of course we do. We have the best rooms. I would say. They're a very clean room. Rolling inside.
Yeah, I'm trying to see what my 11.
11?
I got a 12.
Well, that settles it.
So much
These
for
are
your
the nicer
goal.
room.
I'll go return my keys.
No refunds.
I mean, there's 5 of us in 4 rooms, so.
What's your passive?
Probably the same. Yeah, I rolled a 10, so it's the same. 11.
11?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So you're gonna leave to go return your keys?
Well, do you think we should each have our own room?
Well,
In 2 different inns?
we kind of did this anyway, so I don't know what to do at this
Oh,
point.
I don't think that's a good idea.
I do think
What's
we
the worst that could happen?
should. Well, now that you said that,
A dragon.
a lot. Centaur children could die.
Do you remember when the wizard came in flying on the dragon? That could be bad.
I'll just return the keys and see if he'll give me a partial refund.
We won't bring a dragon here. Probably.
Okay, well, yeah, I guess she'll linger a moment, I suppose, and listen to this. So you'll be staying then, yes? Well, will you be going to the citoyens?
I'm just gonna go get my money back. I rented rooms already. I didn't realize my allies would do the exact thing that I said I was off to do.
You said you were gonna scout.
I said I was looking for an inn.
You didn't say what you were gonna do when you found one, though.
What would you normally do? I'm out.
Well, you might have to use a chamber pot sometimes.
Well, you'll be staying in these stables.
It's where you poop.
So outside?
I assume you return. You're staying in the stables.
Do you have more rooms?
We do, but I don't know that this is going to work out at all.
I'm staying in the tree hut.
She kind of just gestures over, and you can see that the stairs going up to the loft is spiral.
Uh-oh.
I hate you all.
This is not Centaur accessible. This is not ADA compliant.
I'll meet up with you all in the morning. please don't leave without me. And I'm gonna go off to the other hotel that I paid for. I have 2 rooms. Fuck it. I'll sleep half the night in one room and half the night in the other.
Okay. And today, the great news is they are adjoining.
You could literally sleep in the doorway between the things.
A 2-room suite.
This is the most luxurious I've ever lived.
As you walk back in, by the way, at the tree haunt, he's a little bit more busy. There's maybe 20 people in there as well. Servants moving around, and he just kind of glances over and looks at you twice. So, you have returned. I assume you.
I'm already down the stairs by the time
He's just like scratching his head.
Imagine they were also spiral staircases.
I don't know what to say.
He's on the ground floor.
Yeah, he's on the ground floor. As he clops away. Anything you guys want to do during the night? Nope.
Nope. I just enjoy getting alcohol and probably share
Long
one
rest,
with me.
long rest normally removes 1 level of exhaustion.
Yes.
I am going to use my sustaining focus of a mentalist and meditate for my long rest to remove 2 levels of exhaustion.
Okay, so you'll just have the 1. And I guess Kiva's the only other one, so you'll just have 2 by the next morning.
Lovely.
So the evening passes then, and the next morning, in the lantern, you can smell what you easily identify as bacon and eggs and
Oh, that is so cruel.
baking bread
That is so cruel.
that wafts up through this small little place. Of course, in your you didn't see the rooms that they're staying in, but you could tell. I mean, just the tavern area didn't have a common room. Had lots of nice rooms. Your room is very big and spacious. It's got a full bath you could actually step into if you wanted to. If you wanted to request water and so forth. Large beds that if you decided to, flop over on, you could. However, that worked.
Height of luxury.
I look around kind of mischievously and then I start like jumping on the bed.
Walking hill,
Car jumping on the bed.
Too bad. All the little Centaur's Horton.
But it's a very busy city. You can hear the trundling of wagons outside that are laden with logs and lumber, and different states of process, and treatments and so forth that are moving toward the port as soon as dawn breaks. And shortly after, you can hear the tradesfolk and the merchants and so forth starting to come awake, and people getting out into the city coming alive in the morning. More so where you are. Although the lantern is on the market. And so yours is a little bit more of a verbose, loud awakening as you hear the hawking of merchants and so forth that is not as, pleasant on the ear, like being woken up by a rooster. But in any case, safe, come awake. What are you gonna do?
Go back to sleep. I have 2 levels of exhaustion.
Gonna go down and get some breakfast.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm going to cast Goodberry, Papa Berry, go back to sleep.
So is it your intention to basically just rest out your exhaustion at this point?
That's my intention. I don't know what these fuckers are up to.
I don't have exhaustion.
Yeah, I'll bring up some bread and bacon for just any.
Probably still would enjoy the bacon.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's not cannibalism for
it
you.
still tastes good.
Yeah, I mean, you get Justini mind. So,
Yeah, I'm gonna go downstairs, have breakfast, and talk to the innkeeper for a little bit.
okay. All right. Yeah, she's pleasant and, different servers this morning. But is there anything that you'd like to accomplish? I mean, of course, she'll ask for another, night's rent if you're staying another night. Are you returning at some point, or you just stay there another night, or how did you want to?
No, I said I would meet up with them in the morning. I'm gonna walk in with an embroidered towel from the tree on.
Little velvet robe.
Are you displaying it?
Yeah, it's around my neck. Like I just got out of the spa.
The man is there. What are it? Why do you?
I'm sorry, they're more accessible.
No, all of our rooms are rented from now on. Just go.
This is my favorite NPC.
Do not
I
stay.
have not even
Would you like to stay another night? I am. Oh my God! Hey, I have a mouse who was one who stays in an inn sometimes more than one night.
Are you all right?
Yes, that's 2 gold. Just take it. He hands you the 2 gold. Now, would you like to stay another night?
Yes.
Is there anything I can do for you?
Take a salad, please.
I have a head of lettuce. Would you like a...
Chop it up finely, please, and some tomatoes if you have them.
Oh, well, he is bourgeoisie now.
Very well.
I have a taste of luxury and I don't want to let it go.
It's so good you're not a royal in your home.
I am coping.
Will you be staying another 2 nights, or another night at least?
Make it 2.
2 rooms?
2
Or just
nights.
yourself?
2 nights, and I'll...
4 silver. Yes.
Last night it was
2
1.
rooms.
No,
I said
you
one
want
room,
one more night.
2
Oh,
nights.
1 room. Okay. 3 silver.
Fine. I'll slap him the 3 silver.
He takes it.
Math doesn't quite check out, but that's fine.
This is what you get for not booking in advance.
I had to pay for those towels, you know.
That's a level
Worth
building with
it.
them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
About to.
you are.
He charged me an extra silver, yeah.
It's not bad.
Actually,
Like the one.
Quite a lot, actually. Yeah.
no.
It's a nice towel.
So a nice breakfast is had by all. Anything you want to do during the day in this port city?
I want to find out points of interest in the city. In the city proper.
Okay.
From her.
Well, there are, all.
One specifically is anybody who deals in some kind of magic, maybe kind of transforming magic.
Okay. You're asking.
Any of the servers that are around in the tavern. That was the point of the breakfast conversation with them.
Okay. So the servers, for the most part, are clueless. They have no idea. Of course, they've heard of. Obviously, people know about magic,
Yeah.
but they're not aware of a place where you can go buy magic, or you could. They ask you if you want to see a show. Like, you want to see a magical show?
No, I'm more interested in somebody who knows the practicality of magic. Anybody who's familiar with magic. Not necessarily somewhere I can buy stuff, but perhaps somebody who's knowledgeable on the subject to speak to.
Okay, so not from the servers, but from the barkeep herself. Her name is, by the way, Frenta.
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 I like that.
Frenta. At least that's how she calls herself. And she suggests that maybe you should go see the priest.
It's a priest.
Priest of Suna, but you have a druid friend here. I don't understand.
Well, and I look around, keep it
They
not
taught
here.
a day. They taught a day that should know much about magic.
If I'm totally honest, they are not at the level of competence to deal with the issue that we are trying to rectify.
Oh, very well. I don't.
That was a big word for me.
I probably could have guessed based on the spells that they were playing last night. It was not effective at all.
I know, it's more like a magic show, isn't it?
Hey,
But, like,
very,
really
not even not magic.
It's like mind
no.
freak stuff. They're trying
No,
to, like,
not even like Chris Angel. No way. Yeah, probably not. No. You would probably be back with the group at this point.
Yeah.
Okay. So,
Stop it.
yeah, so she's suggesting going to see a priest of Suna.
Research.
Suna seems to be prevalent. You would know, well, you can't tell everybody really, but just along the way, so far that you've been in the city, the only temples, minor temple shrines, dedications that you've seen are the sun symbol of Suna. Doesn't mean there aren't others, but this seems to be the predominant.
Okay.
wonder if Kiva feels uncomfortable.
And I'm gonna slide her. I'm gonna give her another 2 silver pieces. Thank you for the information.
This is for the information only, yes.
Yes.
All right, very good.
We may request another night here, but we'll determine that probably by this afternoon.
Very good. But you have no expectations other than what I've given you for these.
You're getting quite hospitable.
Very good. Very good.
And I just get like some cursory directions to where.
The temple soon is? Okay, yeah, she'll give you those directions. You're in the marketplace, which is the center of the city, so the temple would be actually fairly close.
Cool.
So,
Takea, I'm gonna grab the bowl.
Don't follow me. I'm gonna go upstairs and grab Justini.
Fuck you too.
So you need stop.
I throw a gold coin at him.
is anybody else going with
Okay.
Howell and Cindy?
Oh, I'm literally grabbing Justini and leaving with her.
Yeah.
I'm not even speaking.
Yeah, I think we're
Okay,
wrapping
so you're
up.
going on your own. You just
Yeah.
right out the door.
Just grabbed her and left.
Okay, what are you guys doing?
If there's a point where I'm alone in the room, I want to take a closer look at that the rune necklace that I got
Okay.
that came out of a dream,
Yes.
which not how I expected that to come about.
So, I mean, you're looking at it without any rolls or anything, but looking at it, it's very familiar to you as Njord's. You recognize, of course, the script of his name carved into it. It's crystal. It has a very peculiar way that it reflects or refracts light. You've seen them used, but you've never had the chance to use one yourself, and you really don't have any idea. But you've seen, some of the navigators, how they hold them up toward the sun, or toward where the brightest part of the sky is. And so, if you were to do that, you can kind of see how the light kind of clears the clears the fog and kind of gives you a bearing, kind of like stars would do, but with the sun. And unfortunately, you can't translate it because you don't understand how it works.
We dropped them
Cool.
off
So
and
I put that back in my chest as an idea to deal with tomorrow, and then I go back into my blanket coma.
Okay, all right.
Just before the straight up.
So you and Hildy were staying in the same room.
Yeah.
Hildy was away at the moment,
Yeah, I did that with Hildy thing.
getting breakfast.
While Hildy left, I assume Hildy took over most of the bed, and I probably set
Well, there's
it up.
2 beds, so
2 beds, good.
Yeah.
So I go back to the bed and I just grab
little
it
narrow
and,
things.
like,
Hildy's feet, big old feet, hanging over the side.
Maybe I've got little dainty feet. I don't.
Maybe.
they're gnarly.
They are.
So, what's Hildy doing?
After getting breakfast, she will talk to the innkeeper, find out if there are any well, she said this was her first Tuatha Day. Are there Tuatha Day in this town that she knows of, a place that Hildy might find more of her own people? And secondly, is there any sort of a center of learning nearby, a library, an academy, anything like that?
If you want to learn how to sail a ship or fish, there are those who will teach you such a thing, but if you're looking for a university that will grow your intellect in other areas, this is not the place for it. You would have to go to Korth to find such places.
Oh, we're going there. I was
Go ahead.
just hoping there'd be something so closer.
Well, as far as the Tuatha Day, I have seen them mostly just passing through the city. I don't know if they ever stay in the city or not, but I have seen them from time to time in the marketplace, sometimes with the Atlantean, sometimes among themselves.
All right, that's not much help.
I have already helped with one once.
Well, all right, I'm going back to bed now.
You'll have the pleasant dreams.
I'll look around town for an apothecary.
Apothecary. So you did pass a place when you were looking for an inn that clearly sold spices and herbs and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Are you looking? Are you just looking around? There's that place, or you can just look around.
There's no rush. I have the whole day, I figure, since they're still resting. So I just slowly go through the marketplace. I look for any like magical item shop or magical apothecary.
Yeah, so you're seeing kiosks and vendors that sell various things like the herbs and spices, vegetables, the pots and pans, and a few that have, not so much. You don't see like a lot of weapons and armor and shields. You don't see anything. There's no glaring signs for magical items, anything like that. That would be. You're finding out that must not be a typical thing here. There are also shops around the perimeter of the marketplace. It's a pretty big marketplace. It's selling a lot of fish, seafood type items here.
As I'm shopping,
stench is awful.
yeah. As I'm going around looking at the shops and stuff, I'm like subconsciously scanning the rims of the buildings, like the roof shingles and stuff, for any glyphs that would indicate
Roll
shadier dealings. 10 plus 1, 11.
Okay. You rolled an 11.
These can't buy these signs.
Yeah, you don't find anything. I assume you're looking for
Region.
underworld type
Yeah.
symbols and so forth, but no, nothing. You do see a game shop.
Like, game as in like trophies, or game as in like
Game and like board games, that sort of thing. And it has a couple of people inside that draws your attention as you're looking around.
nerds.
You would see if they have bunions and flagons.
No, just mazes and monsters. Alright, I just go about my day. Maybe I buy a new shirt or something.
Tunic. Okay. All right. Getting a lot of attention, as you want to do. There are other centaur.
I avoid them like the plague.
Those that you come anywhere near that may notice you, they don't like come track you down.
Okay.
They just kind of wave or nod from distance.
As long as they don't die from being close to me.
Okay.
Because that's my track record right now.
Aww.
Yeah, but if you're not, if you're like avoiding them, then
No, I see them and like my face goes a little pale and I duck.
Okay.
Like,
All right.
Maybe he's like a Highlander centaur.
all of them that
He
get
has
near
to be
me
the last
die
one.
from when I was a child.
So the Temple of Suna here in Port Francik is nothing like the temples that you've seen in Lioness.
Nowhere near as
huge
grandiose,
gold domes and columns and all. This is much more. This is smaller, not as much marble. Again, mostly wood, but the trappings are very elegant. And you see the big gold sun of Suna over the top, the open doorway. The priests. It's a small configuration, but seems very busy. As there are teachings going on, with priests and so forth, acolytes that are spending time with just citizens on the steps that leading up, and this rather wide, broad, probably 20 feet wide staircase that goes up to a kind of a balcony type thing, and then you have the double doors that are open that are really tall, and then a huge burst of sun of Suna. Inside, you can see lamps that are lit, candles, and kind of the same thing. You have these alcoves and different places where people are actually learning, just regular people. And there's a big statue, not quite as grand as what you might have seen in other temples, but it's a marble statue, and it's kind of the effigy of Suna in all her glory, holding up the sun, which she represents. And there's many people around, worshiping in those quiet areas.
I'm going to see if I can find anybody who who's dressed like a priest,
Yeah.
who is not
Lots around.
currently occupied
Sure.
first,
Easy
and
enough.
then I'll start bothering people if not.
There are some that are just wearing plain white. There are others that have basically this scarf-like
The stole?
Yes, exactly, around their necks and then leaning down. That are gold or yellow with the symbols of Suna. There's one fellow who's older that has a lot of the other priests approaching him and talking to him. Not so much talking with the regular citizenry, but he wears more opulent robes, and he's got this big gold symbol of Suna.
Do they remind me of the robes that I found the key
Yes.
in the tower? And like, yeah, okay.
But even more opulent than that.
I did find them.
That was the robes of a high
Right.
priest.
Right. And then his is indicating like an even higher status.
Yes. What you found.
What I found
Yes.
is a
was
higher status.
Yes.
Oh. Oh no. Okay.
You found like the Pope's robes, dude.
Yeah.
That's what you
shit.
found. Yeah.
Oh shit, I didn't realize Lioness was the Vatican. I'm going to, as respectfully as possible, I'm going to kind of get in line. Because I'm not in a place that I'm normally welcome, I would imagine. Or,
Yeah, you're definitely getting
That's a filthy-
walking in with a boar. Yeah, immediately an acolyte comes running over. Hey, can I help you, sir?
I
This
would-
animal is not good. Are you planning to sacrifice?
No, nothing like that. Nothing like that. Is there a way I could get a moment of the High Priest's time?
Yes, I would recommend that you take a bath.
I apologize. It has been, and Howell's gonna like drop the facade a little bit. It's been hard.
Roll persuasion.
Okay. Damn, that
I
sucks.
can't believe it was my mouthpiece.
Are you sure that's a D? Are you sure that's a D20?
Yeah, it definitely is. I have a negative modifier, so it's gonna be like a 4.
Yikes.
Yeah. Yeah, 4.
Good sir, you must respect the sanctity of Suna.
I am.
Please go take a bath.
Any news out of Lioness?
Not good news. He kind of backs away a little bit, you know.
And I'm gonna show the ring.
Okay. All right. Hold the fucking ring.
Well played. Well
Ring of protection.
played.
Never took it off.
None of us did. Why would you?
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Unless you roll with frustration again, but with advantage.
Okay. 17 this time. Still a minus, but
Okay.
okay. This dice needs to get the fuck out.
So he doesn't get the with that roll. He doesn't get the impression that you stole it. That's the way it could have gone. But his eyes kind of brighten up. This is a ring of lioness.
Bestowed upon us by the King Regent of Lioness, and with the blessing of Arta Pendrago.
Okay, so I mean, he recognizes the ring. He recognizes the value. Doesn't understand all that you just said. Gobbledygook. Just kind of goes over his head. He's like, "We'll see if I can get you a meeting very quickly with the priest here. Please come this way, out of the way of everybody." And he leads you to an alcove. Got a curtain that he throws aside. And inside, it's a deep alcove with basically a bench, curved bench that's set into the wall. It's got a fountain in the middle with some water that's just kind of bubbling up.
And before he leaves, because Howell is on his best behavior right now, may I use some of that water just to...
That is the reason I brought you in here.
Okay. I didn't want to assume, and I have just been in the cistern where everybody's getting their drinking water.
Right, and he closes the curtain.
And Howell bathe. Josini, would you... If you need to bathe as well. If you would like to be on your best behavior.
That boar is staring a little too intently.
Yeah, I'm comfortable. I'm half naked half the time anyway.
I'll jump in with him.
Okay.
Bet you will.
After about 20 minutes, there's a kind of a hesitant, opening of the curtain as you see an eye look in, and it's the same boy. It's a curtain. It sees you're all, dressed again. Much better. I will go get the high priest for you now.
Thank you, sir.
And he runs off. An hour passes.
Hour passes.
Unless there's anything you want to do
Cool.
within that hour.
No, that's cool. I will, in the middle of that hour, 10 minutes, cast Speak with Animals.
Okay.
So, I think this is our best shot of getting any help for you.
Agreed.
I had to pull government persuasion.
It was well played. It was well played.
I've been sitting on that for a while.
I appreciate your effort. I have to say I'm shocked that it's you, but you're doing a good job.
I could be serious. Hildegard's not the only one with surprises. Question. Do you remember where Francisco and his wife are?
Yeah, where did we drop them
Where
off?
did we send them off to?
You dropped him off in Ease.
We dropped them off in East.
They-
Did they have another location that they were going to, or they?
They were there to buy horses because they horses from Tartessos. But if you remember, they're not welcome in Tartessos
Yes.
because Francisco's wife is the daughter of the king,
Yep.
and he stole away with her.
Go away with her.
Years
So
ago.
right now they are, or as far as we know, they're holed up in Ease at the moment.
Not hold up, but just
Or, well, you know what I mean.
negotiating for a new bunch of horses to
Right.
take wherever they're going to take them next to sell them.
Are my parents still in East?
Yes.
My parents are in East, so
Your parents are in Ease.
if Francisco's not there.
Okay. Do your parents and Francisco know each other?
No, I don't think they would know each other.
Okay.
No.
I could see Francisco approaching your parents about your hand in marriage.
Francisco's already married.
Wait, I was thinking of the other one. Rodrigo.
Pirate King.
Planchario.
Planchario.
Jerry, because
He'll eat me, don't send me there.
I
He will not follow
they say I
instructions.
would not.
He will definitely eat me.
At least Francisco is the suave type of overbearing. Okay. And Hal's gonna pull out. He's gonna pull out his grandfather's notebook, and he's gonna rip out whatever blank pages there are in it. He's gonna rip out a couple, and he's gonna take his little writing instrument. I'm not the best handwriting. And this is going to be. Oh God, what language would I be?
well,
writing?
Hal would
Hal knows a
know
little bit.
of Iru.
Yeah, Vera. Yeah.
He
He can write and read. He can. He's
Yeah,
he'll
I would
do
say
it.
that's about it, though.
He's out of practice. Yeah.
Iru is something that he would be fluent in
Yeah.
writing.
And I'm gonna. Yeah. What do you want this note to Francisco to say? Because he would speak a different language, right? He would read a different language.
You have your tribal language,
Yeah.
which is different. But because you spent so much time in Iru, you'd probably be able to speak and also write. Also, it should be pointed out that the language of Lioness and Iru is very similar.
Very simple. Okay, and Francisco knows that. I'm just confused. Francisco's like actual.
Well, Francisco's from Tartessos, and
Right.
but he's a merchant
Tartessan.
and he's a worldly fellow, so who knows what he knows?
So Iru's fine. Iru's good enough as long as I don't write tribal.
Yeah, that might be more of a challenge.
Yeah. I can write a little bit of Iru. Please do not make the sentence structure too complicated because I'm not sure I can do it.
Dearest Francisco,
Dearest Francisco.
please take care of this boar.
Wait, slow down. And just say whatever you want to. Go figure.
Please take care of this boar. It carries all my love forever. Josity.
Sure. And Hal's gonna sneak a little help her. Very cryptic. Very cryptic little thing.
That's great.
And he's gonna fold it up, and I'm gonna stow this away for now. This is Plan B. We're waiting on Plan A.
Well, let's not.
He shoves her in a box, slaps a stamp on it, gives it the mic, and off it goes.
With an Amazon booklet.
I lose it.
Yeah, gets lost.
If I can't be myself, then I'd rather be with Francisco.
Short time later, the curtains part, but this time forcefully. And standing there is a young acolyte, and you see the older gentleman with the great medallion of Suna. These are them. My young acolyte here said there was something very important. A ring that you had of lioness.
And I'll show him the ring.
Is this a ring only one of royalty would wear?
was
How did you
gifted.
come by it?
It was gifted. Rather, what would the word be? We were bestowed this on behest of the royal family of Lioness. We're out here on official business for them, but we have been a bit sidetracked.
For a moment, I will assume that you have not stolen this ring or murdered someone to get it. He's a little annoyed at this point, just at the scene. Well, if we boil it down to just a few words, what is the problem that you have come to see me, that you need enlightenment from the High Priest of Port Francik?
In our journey, we've made a friend who, unfortunately, and I'll gesture to Giuseppe, is no longer human, and frankly, turning her back is out of our power at the moment.
And I'll do a little bow.
Kind of taken aback by that. How is it that this came to be?
Are you familiar with the names Kirke?
Kirke, come with me. He turns and leads you right down through the processional, right through the temple. Everyone just kind of turning their heads, watching this boar and this not so badly smelling barbarian and its furs.
Rugged.
Things like
Gillet.
It's only all we can do.
Down we are, right out the front doors.
passed out of the temple, or out of the main area of the temple, and in through a back hallway, the acolyte coming with him, and finally taking you to an antechamber that has this glorious symbol of Suna. There's water running underneath it. You see a plot of earth next to it. There's a stone table in the center, and there are several benches about. And there's a cloth lying off on a side table with something underneath it. And it's got this huge dome, but it's not gold. But it's made of wood and wood sections and marble. And he brings you inside with the actor. So this is the result of a meeting with Kirke.
Yes. Against my better judgment, I decided to trust her. Our whole group did. And unfortunately, several of us... Shut the fuck up, you're not here. This is how it's seen.
Main character energy hell.
And unfortunately, a couple of us befell the same fate as her, but ours seemed to be a lot more impermanent.
Where is Kevin?
Kevin's back at the room still.
Okay.
I purposefully left.
Okay,
him.
just want to check.
Yeah. Because he also has the robes in him.
Right. Right. Okay.
Thank God.
Which guy?
Probably so.
So, I'm sorry. Where did you leave that?
He's in the room.
No. Where did you leave what you just said?
We befell the same fate. Unfortunately, we partook in drink and food and woke up just the same
I
as
have
her.
heard these stories. Yes.
But I was returned back. My friends were returned back, but this one in particular.
And this is the result of the things that she changes. Curious. Please step up onto the table. There's these blocks that allow you to actually. That doesn't look like it's intended as steps, but there are multi-level blocks that you could actually negotiate your way up if you chose to.
One of the
In
acolytes.
for a penny, in for a pound.
I'm up on the altar.
He's hobbling up there.
Acolyte under it, rubbing a stick together.
The acolyte is just sitting by the door. His eyes are kind of wide, as if he's. I've never seen anything like this in the whole story. I would like to inspect you, if you do not mind. You can understand what I say, yeah?
She can. It's kind of a one-way deal, though.
I get that impression. And he starts to check your leg, and just kind of his hand passing over your back. You feel like a boar to me. You feel like you are solid boar. You understand what I'm saying, yes? Hey. So, what would you have me do?
In the ideal circumstance, somehow to reverse the curse would be quite appreciated,
You want me to reverse the curse?
if possible.
Roll initiative.
Initiative.
Yeah.
Natural one.
Bye-bye.
What the fuck?
I'm taken aback.
So,
So this tracks.
Yeah.
what you remember about the next few moments is a high-pitched scream from behind you, coming from where the acolyte is, as he screams. Also, a terrible squeal from Jacini,
Oh, Jesus Christ.
and you're inept. You're surprised. Taken by surprise. What happens next? As he just pushes his hand quickly underneath the cloth, emerges with a dagger, and strikes at Jacini. I don't know how many hit points you have,
Yeah.
but you just took 32 points of damage as he plunges the dagger into this glowing gold dagger into your back, felling you with the force. And this guy's quite strong, apparently, but with the force of his strike, felling you as you just collapse onto the top of the altar.
Yeah.
And then, as the echo of her squeals fade away and your shock begins to diminish, the young acolyte finally stops screaming. You see her change in form from the boar to human. And he removes the dagger. Oh, I think we have solved the problem. You're alive. You have half your hit points.
I immediately rush over. Come see.
And I'm gonna. Does she look? Well, obviously she looks hurt.
Looks like she just had a knife stuck
I'm
in her.
gonna
Don't
take.
worry, don't worry.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's trying to calm the situation. You're not attacking him, so he just
Yeah,
he's
clearly.
like puts the knife away. I mean, you haven't told me you're attacking. He puts the knife back down underneath the cloth, lays a hand, if you allow him to.
Sure.
I mean, I can see my hands, so I'm like, whatever.
47 points healed back.
Woohoo! I have all my hit points back.
And you watch as the wound closes, the color returns to her face, and you feel this energy rush through you as the sun symbol brightens within the room, almost blindingly. And you hear the acolyte just kind of sniveling and almost like weeping, literally weeping and crying, sobbing on his knees as he's looking up at this symbol. And the high priest just steps back. You're whole again.
And who was it that backlight stabbed me?
No, the high priest.
Priest did? All right, I'm
Stabbed you, then he healed you.
gonna grab his face and tongue kiss him very deeply. I don't even care.
He's abstinent.
I don't care.
Resist. He doesn't resist.
I don't care.
Are you from Port?
I'm overcome.
You know our ways very well.
Oh shit, he might be Catholic.
And I'm
No, he'd be
gonna
kissing
shake
you.
him and say, I love you. I love you. I love you so much.
A little too old.
True.
God damn, dude.
Sailor.
Cut that.
This kept getting worse.
It did.
Well,
Jesus.
you are free from the curse now. I hope that. I lost my French. You are free from the curse now. You may go and lead a good life, and a donation to Suna would not be out of the question.
And I'm gonna reach in and give him most of what I have. All of what I have. All of the gold. 1,500 gold.
Okay.
Just gonna drop it right in.
Snaps quickly, and the acolyte comes just muling over and just kind of lifts his robes and not wearing much underneath, and so that you can just pile whatever trinkets and gold.
And then I'm gonna walk over and tunk his howl very deeply as well.
I'll leave you alone for a moment. And,
You are, of course. I don't even know what that means.
I'm gonna grab his face and say, "You glorious bastard."
And you find yourself once more.
Religion was the answer. I will remember this.
Okay.
And did he leave?
Yeah, he and the acolyte walked out. The acolyte has been replaced by another acolyte who's just kind of waiting outside the door for you to come out.
Okay. Well, you are broke as the day you were born now. But you again.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you, and I think this is where we part ways. This alliance has not been good for me.
Saying a lot of mixed signals.
I will not. I saw this coming from a mile away. I can see that far, but
I have one last favor to ask. That note that you wrote, I would like it back, please.
Can you read Eru?
It doesn't matter. I'm just gonna take it and I'm gonna
Cool.
rip it into a million pieces. And I'm gonna say whatever I told you is between you and me. Never to be repeated.
I understand.
I'll keep quiet as well.
Thank you.
The acolyte standing outside at the door.
How old is it? How old is the acolyte?
He's like maybe 9.
Maybe 9. Young man, do you have any reading material that you give to people who are curious about Suna?
You're burning.
Your Lord and Savior, Tuna.
Barbarian cleric.
I'll happily sit with you and tell you all you want to know.
I would like that, but we probably will be in town for a little bit longer. I'll probably return at some point over the next few days.
I get that a lot.
Right. Hey.
Pull out your wallet. What are you doing?
And he's thinking, oh, my stuff's back there. I will be back. I promise.
I believe you.
Thank you, young man.
Can I show you out?
Yes, please.
Yes, please.
He'll lead you back to the temple.
And I'm gonna skip on my 2 legs. Maybe
On the way out, you hear
maybe a couple of
a couple of people. Eat the boar. Did you eat the boar?
Or tried to eat us. On our way
And then
out.
just for fun, if I pass a couple people, I'm gonna say.
On the way out, I want to say, I apologize. You have been kind to me this entire time, and you have been helpful, and you have helped us. And I do not believe it was fair what Hildegard agreed to.
Well, karma will come for her, and I'm gonna give him once we're outside, I'll give him a very tender kiss on the cheek, and I'll say, thank you. It's been nothing if not entertaining. I'm going to find a ship and get myself back to Tartessos and maybe go search for my crew. I don't believe that dream I had. I think they're out there somewhere. And then I will wander towards the docks.
And Owl is like, the first kiss was shocking. This one was like kind of, his face kind of goes a little red purple, and he's like,
Mind your city! Take care! Don't forget to wash my ears!
he's just saying like random gibberish.
I will not turn around, but I will wave and maybe start walking just a little
You
bit
do the whole
faster.
thumbs up. I will head back to the lantern.
And Jasini turns and walks into the sunrise toward the docks. Yes, maybe there will be a meeting with her again one day. Maybe not.
Hildy.
What did Hildy do? Hildy didn't change you to nothing.
She's gonna come back with a skill.
And Hildy was like,
I wouldn't eat that if I was y'all.
Sir. She's
I didn't eat it.
bad evil guy.
She'll get the pirates.
I am glad we got a happier ending.
I wanted that so bad.
Yeah.
Because there were 2 ways in my head that this was gonna go. either we get her back and she goes off on her own and lives happily ever after, or house through the road in the middle of the night, so she stops suffering.
Well, it would have been great.
It's gonna be like, no one's gonna be able to read this note.
That's
I'd be like, this isn't fair to her. I don't know where she's gonna
In my
get
mind, I'm
that.
thinking the only thing he's gonna be able to read is "help me." Well, that's where we're gonna end it tonight. So, happy note, and we'll see you all again for another adventure as we continue along this grand adventure. Hopefully, arriving in court next time. We'll see.
Great
Have a good night.
adventure.
Back on track.
Have a good time.
Bye, City.
Wash behind your ears.
Be good. Goodbye. The end of Kingdom Hearts. Anybody?
All right.
Okay.